we've established Now that we've established that, we are proud to announce that this event is officially starting.
To celebrate, let's start the event with our Lasalleño prayer, to be followed by the singing of our national anthem. Let us all remember that we are in the most holy presence of God.
Let me be the change I want to see, to do with strength and wisdom all that needs to be done, and become the whole that I can be. Set me free from my fears and hesitation. Let the courage and fill me with spirit to face the challenge and start the change I long to see. Today I start the change I want to see. Even if I'm not the light, I can be the spark in faith, service, and communion. Let us start the change we want to see, the change that begins in me. Today I start the change I want to see.
Even if I'm not
I can be the spark, service and communion. Let us start the change we want to see, the change that begins in me.
Jesus in us,
Jesus in us.
Saint John Baptist de La Salle, pray for us.
Leave Jesus in our hearts forever.
To'yong magiliw, pera sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib ay buhay. Lumang hinirang, tuyang ka ng mag-ibig, sa manlulupig, di ka masisingin, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit bumaw, may tinatawag at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang pisnag ng wataran mo'y talumpay narating. Ang bituin at parang ng kailan pa may diwang hinihiling. Lumanang araw ng walang ibang sila, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming bigaya na pagkay malapit, ang mamalay ng dahil sa'yo.
Ayan! Magandang hapon, madlang people! Ako nga pala si 𝚜𝚎𝚖'𝚜, ang nag-iisang dakilang bayan patroller ng barangay PMSoc. At ako ang host ninyo for today's video.
Ay, iba rin naman si Kumaring Chelsea, oh. Pero hindi ako papoli. What's up, madlang people? Ako nga po pala si Luella de la Rhea, At ako makakasama ni Mars Chelsea para sa araw na ito.
Ayaw patalo ni Mars. Iba rin mag-introduction. Well, ganito nga talaga ata kapag ikaw ang the best bayan patroller. Pero bago yan, maraming salamat muna sa lahat na nakidalo sa ating event para sa ngayong araw.
Maraming salamat nga. Hi Mars, syempre ako pa ba? Basta kapag ganito talagang unang-una ako. Basta may balita, ako'y handa.
Ang syala! Pero Mars, bago humaba ang ating hota, magbabalita muna ako sa'yo.
Ay, ang agong balita naman yan. Gusto ko yan.
Gumusto rin. Pero ito ka na nga, may event daw ang PMSoc ngayong araw at ang mag-opening remarks ay isang dalaga raw.
At taga naman yung PMSoc na yan, Diyos ko. Sinong dilag ba yan? Maganda ba yan?
Naku, Mare, kung magiging tao lang ang cherry blossom, ito na yon. Ganon kaganda to.
Ay, kabog. Kilala ko ba to? Third year ba to?
Hala, paano mo alam? Pero tama ka. At ito pa nga, ito raw mag-opening remarks ay isang direktor.
Ay, iba nga talaga. Salamat sa impormasyon na, kumare. Kilala ko na to. Ako na magpapakilala sa kanya. Bilang resident kumare ng barangay, gusto kong ipakilala ang magbibigay ng opening remarks para sa araw na ito. Si kumare na pinakamaganda sa aming lahat. She is also the Director for Outreach Activities of the People Management Society. With the most energetic clap, let us all welcome Ms. Josephine Villarreal.
Magandang buhay! Kamusta kayo mga HRD na in a good place? Gusto ko muna magpasalamat sa inyong lahat dahil pinaunlakan ninyo ang aming imbitasyon para sa aming event na Mare, ano ang latest? Ready na ba ang lahat para makinig? Excited na ba ang lahat? This event was created to Mare, anong latest is an outreach activity that will focus on taping students to spark conversation with each other, find their role models, widen their perspective, and find opportunities. Now, I hope you will get to know a lot of things from this event. May our event give you a sense of comfort and joy, even just a little. Again, from us in PMSoc, thank you for your attendance. We hope you could learn and have fun with us today. Thank you and stay safe.
Ano naman masasabi mo sa kumare natin, Chelsea?
Ang galing-galing. Iba ka talaga, Maring Josephine. Maraming salamat sa iyong heartwarming na opening remarks. Sana nga ay mag-enjoy ang ating mga kachika ngayong araw at ma-realize nila na pwede pa rin sila mangarap. Pero ngayon guys, kamusta naman kayo? Chat naman kayo sa comment section kung nakakain na ba kayo. Nag-lunch na ba ang lahat?
Ikaw ba, kumare, nag-lunch ka na ba?
Ay ako, kumain na talaga kanina pang umaga kasi excited ako sa event natin ngayong araw kasi napakaganda ng mga topics na i-represent sa atin ng mga speakers natin for today. Ikaw ba? Kumusta?
Ay, Mare, okay lang ako. Kumaaga nga ako nagising para sa event na to eh. Sobrang excited din kasi ako.
Buti nakatulog ka sa sobrang excited mo ah.
Ay, pero Mare, nalimutan ko magpasalamat kay Kumaring Josephine para sa kanyang opening remarks. Anyway, sasagurin din natin na may mapupulot na aral ang ating mga ka-HRD ngayong araw na to.
Tama ka riyan, Mars. Pero ito, may nakita ko sa comment section. Sabi ni Miss Ira Santiago, pa-shout out daw po. Shout out po, Miss Ira. Tapos, itong technical natin sa Maal, di pa raw siya kumakain.
Ay, nako, kumare, kumain ka habang nanonood. Bawal magpalipas ng gutom.
Sabi naman ni Miss Sheila Serrano, iba talaga si Maring Josephine, nakakakain na po. Nakakain na po. Ayan, Maring Josephine, may fans ka na dito.
O may ano din dito, kumare, sabi, shout out naman daw dyan sa maghihimlay na maaga. Hashtag latest PMSoc.
Ayan, sabi naman ni Karen San, ganda naman. Sino ba yung maganda, Miss Karen? Yung topics ba natin? Tapos sabi naman ni Miss Josephine Villarreal, grabe naman sa cherry blossom. Ayan, may bestie ko yan. Sabi naman ni Maal Technical din, taas ng energy, Mima, di nyo carry.
Sabi naman ni Sheila, tayo daw yung magaganda.
Thank you, Miss Sheila. Binati niya rin pala ako dito. Good afternoon, Chelsea daw. Mas maganda pa kayo sa hapon, mga mare. Ay, gusto namin yan, guys.
Ay, Mare, baka napapasarap tayo sa pag-shoutout. Baka nalilimutan mo, mayroon tayong pa-icebreaker daw, oh.
Kaya nga, pero thank you sa 26 participants natin today. Thank you for joining and I hope we can see you up until the very end of this video. Ayan, comment lang kayo, guys. Kayo pong hosty. Ayan, Maring Luella, kayo daw, tayo daw.
Thank you. So, Mare, alam ko namang sa week na ang mga ating ka-HR at mga participant ngayong araw na to. Pero ngayong araw na to para sa ating topic. Pero bago ang lahat, mag-icebreaker muna tayo.
Gusto ko yan, Mars. Sa mga ganitong bagay talaga ako ginaganahan eh. Ano bang lalaroin natin?
Nako, Mare, madali lang to. Sa mga mahilig manood ng TV, pwede bang mag-heart reacts muna kayo dyan? Bigyan niyo muna ka ng puso dyan. Baka naman.
Ayan, heart reacts naman dyan.
Heart
Maring
reacts
Luella,
tayo.
may comment dito. Saan kayo pinaka na-excite mga host? Ikaw ba, Mare? Saan ka na-excite ngayong araw?
Sa palaro ata, kasi balita ko madami daw pa-premium PMSoc eh.
Tama. Tsaka maliban lang sa palaro, napakaganda rin ng ating magiging topic ngayong araw, guys.
Grabe,
Bato ba topic po
makakarelate
ba yan?
lahat.
Tama. Ayan, bato pa topic po ba yan? Hindi, guys. Napakaganda ng icebreaker natin for today. At napakaganda rin ng ating magiging premyo. Kaya sana mag-participate kayo sa comment section.
Nako, Maring Chelsea, sabihin mo nga kung ano bang icebreaker natin ngayong araw na to?
Ayan. Pero wait lang. Bago ang lahat, thank you ulit sa 30 participants. Dumadami tayo, no?
Grabe, 30 participants na manonood sa atin.
Ayan, reacts naman dyan, tsaka comment, guys, bago tayo magsimula sa ating icebreaker. Grabe, excited sila makita ang mga host. Wow! Sa host kayo excited, guys. Mas nakaka-excite ang mga guest speakers natin for today. So, para sa icebreaker natin ngayong araw, maglalaro tayo ng Guess That Commercial 2000s edition.
Mukhang masayan, kumari, ah. Pero grabe, 2,000. Sana tanda pa nila lahat yung commercial dati, ah. Sobrang tagal na.
Siyempre, ang mga batang pinalaki ng TV, malamang kaya itong sagutin. At saka madali lang ito. Lahat ng ito ay mga commercial we all grew up with. Pero Mare, tignan mo sa comments, so may nag-chat. Sabi, kayo ba kumain na? Kasi sa akin, walang nagsasabi ng kumain ka na ba? May hugot sa Mare. Sa
Sige,
iba
kami
may
na
nagsasabi.
Kami na yung magsasabi sa'yo na kumain ka na.
Ano ba yan? Kinikilig daw siya.
Kami lang to.
Kaya without further ado, let me break into you the rules of the game. So there are 10 2000s commercials that will be shown. And yes, you need to guess the brand. The time limit per question is 30 seconds. So within that time frame, you should come up with an answer. In answering, do not forget to chime in your answer using this format. Brand name, then the hashtag ano ang latest PMSoc. Answers not written in the format given will not be considered. Ayan.
So, ready na ba ang lahat? Bigyan nyo naman ako ng heart reacts dyan, no?
Heart reacts naman dyan, guys. Comments naman kayo, excited na ba kayo sa icebreaker natin? Mga batang 2000s dyan. Ayan, ready na daw.
Ready na daw sila, mga kumare. Okay, so we have here our sample question. Panoorin natin to. Medyo familiar ka ba dun, kumare?
Parang hindi, Mare. May nag-comment nga sa comment section, sabi niya, Kaso baby pa ako nun. Parang nakaka-relate ako doon. Kasi
Ano
parang
kaya-
hindi ko alam.
Ano kaya ang sagot nila? Ang sagot nila dito, hala, alcohol daw yun.
Alcohol daw po. Sobrang nostalgic. Very familiar yung sabog na tunog.
I-reveal na kayo natin yung sagot dun sa sample question.
Sige, Mare, reveal mo na yan.
And the answer is family rubbing alcohol.
Ayan, tama sila sa alcohol. Pero sa alcohol kasi, dalawa yung naisip ko. Hindi lang yung rubbing alcohol, yung literal na alcohol na iniinom din.
Ay, hindi ko naisip yung Mara. Nasa isip ko, alcohol lang talaga.
Ala, Chelsea, ikaw. Ay, hindi pa, baby pa po ako, Miss Sheila. Water lang po. Tama po yan. Stay hydrated. So, gets na ha? Don't forget the answer format, guys. Katulad yung nasa chat box, brand name, then the official hashtag for today, hashtag ano ang latest PMSoc. Alright, let's go. For question number 1,
Dahil sa busilak ang inyong puso, isang kahilingan.
Sports car! Yung red!
sana all may sports cards na red.
Sana all nga, Mare. Pero
Kaya
ano
may
kaya yun?
May nag-comment nga dito sa chat box, sabi niya, diwata raw. Sige,
Mga
guys, comment na
participants
kayo.
dyan, sagot lang kayo kasi madaming prizes ang PMSoc para sa inyo.
Sabi ni Maring Josephine, Ferrari daw. pwede, kasi red na sports car. Isa pa raw po, take 2 daw po sa video. Sabi? Ayan, guys, hula lang kayo.
Dahil sa busilak ang inyong puso, isang kahilingan.
Sports car! Yung red!
May nag-comment si Maring Joanna, take 3 daw po.
Hanggang
Okay,
take
guys,
2 lang po.
Manghula lang kayo dyan.
Sky plates. Pero, Mare, may nakita na akong tamang sagot eh.
Ayan, paki-take note na lang sino. Ayun, may nakita na rin ako. And the correct answer is Tita. Ayan. After ng take 3, guys, nag-guess nyo na din yung tamang sagot.
Ayan. So, pita po yung tamang sagot sa unang commercial na pinakita. So, next question na po tayo.
Bulilit, kukumilos ang liit-liit. Bulilit, kukumilos ang liit-liit. Bulilit.
Favorite ko yung Mare nung bata ako, as in. Kasi nakaka-relate ako eh. Medyo late din ako.
Masyadong mabait yung technical natin at nag-take 2 na siya, no? Hindi niya na hinintay na mag-request yung mga tao.
Siyempre, ang PMSoc, alam ang gusto ng kanyang mga participants.
Tama, may nakita nga ako dito, sabi, tiki-tiki raw. Tama rin naman kasi maliit.
Medyo malapit kasi bata.
Meron din kutsara tinidor daw, and sabi ni Maring Josephine.
Meron naman dito may sagot, chicken nuggets. Abagay, kumakain yung bata dun sa video, Mare.
Tapos meron din dito, lakmi daw, noodles. Ayan, noodles.
Pero Mare, nakakita na ako ng tamang sagot. So, congrats po sa nakakuha ng tamang sagot. And the correct answer is Camela or Camela Homes.
Ayan, congratulations kay Noemi Ann Jimenez. You got that question right. Kay Maring Noemi, ikaw nanalo dyan. So, on to the next question, please. So, saan ba ang abot ang 20 pesos natin, no? Ayan, sabi ni Pareng Carlos, Happy Meal na medyo di happy.
Pero Mare, yung 20 pesos, hindi na yung kasya
Kulang
ngayong
na siya,
araw.
oo.
Kulang na sa
Pamasahe pa
pamasahe
lang.
ngayon.
Sabi naman, hala, burger sa school po.
Minute burger daw, Mare, may nagsagot.
May nagsabi nga, Angel's Burger yan. Sa unang kagat, alam niyo na.
De, joke lang. Anyway, Mare, may nakatama na ng sagot. Nakita ko na.
Ayan, may nakatamang. Wait lang, natawa ako sa comment ni Maring Ira. Sabi niya, unang kagat, kinagatan na agad. Ano daw?
Sige, Mare, congrats ko na yung nakakuha ng tamang sagot. Congratulations, Maria Margarita. Tamang yung sagot. Corneto.
Yan, congrats, Maria Margarita.
So, susunod naman tayo. Meron pa ulit tayong commercial na titignan.
12 lang nga napili sa tryout. Pan-13 ako. Practice ako ng practice. May uniform na ako. 12 lang nga napili sa tryout. Pan-13 ako. Practice ako ng practice. May uniform na ako.
Itong commercial na to, Mare, natatandaan ko, sobrang sikat to nung high school. Lalo nung mga nagtitraining na para sa varsity.
Mga
Sasabihin
varsity
nila
talaga.
yan.
Tama, sila talaga makaka-relate dito.
Yung
Sabi
lagi
nga dito,
naggaganyan.
12 lang ang napili sa tryout. Pang 13 ako. Ay, sabi din dito, madaya yung tech, nakikisapaw. Alam, binasa ko raw. Sorry, Maring Ira. Pero alam mo, nakaka-relate ako sa bata, pero hindi dun sa part na tryout. Dun sa hindi pinili.
Ay, Mars, parang humuhugot tayo dyan, ha? Saan ba yan?
So kayo guys, ano sa tingin nyo yung tamang sagot sa commercial na to? I mean, nag-comment, Chelsea, halika rito, pipiliin kita everyday. Nax naman.
Iba naman si Kumaring Sheila, oh.
Tapos ito, nag-comment si Michael. Sabi niya, Star Margarine daw. Commercial ng Going Bulilit. Ayan, guys. Ay, si tech natin. Nakalimutan mag-switch account. Ayan, pwedeng take 2, guys, para mag-guess naman nila.
12 lang nga napili sa tryout. Pan-13 ako. Practice ako ng practice. May uniform na ako.
Ayan,
12 lang nga napili sa tryout.
sabi ni Maring Ira, ano to, Ben and Ben? Pipiliin ka sa araw-araw. Malas talaga ang 13, guys. So,
Okay.
parang may nakita na akong tamang sagot dito.
Kaya nga, Mare, so,
Si Maring Alaysa Capestrano. Sabi
Kaso-
niya, lucky me.
kaso Kumare, sayang, hindi niya kasi nasunod yung format ng tamang pagsagot.
So, pa-chat ulit, Maring Alaysa, para maklaim natin ang ating prize na ibibigay ng ating project heads after the event. Ayan, meron na ulit. Lucky me, hashtag, ano ang latest PM.
Masunurin yung mga participants natin, Kumare, ah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you rin sa 40 participants natin today. So, parami tayo ng parami ngayong araw. At sana after ng icebreaker, nandyan pa rin kayo para sa magiging topic ng ating mga guest speakers. So, for the fourth commercial naman,
Di akalaing mapapansin. Never ever expected to win. Just let down. Di akalaing mapapansin. Never ever expected to win. Just let down.
lakas makaganda, haba ng hair, Mare. Pero di ako makarelate kasi hindi mahaba yung hair ko.
Kaya nga, Mare, eh. Kaya may nag-comment dito, oh. Sabi, iba daw pala nagsusuklay na uuna sa pila.
Tapos sabi din dito, na all mahaba hair. Wow, ganda hair. Ito may mga sagot na sila. Sabi nila, rejoice daw.
Rejoice nga ba?
Ano ba,
May
Mare?
sunsilk.
Sabi niya, Vaseline. May shampoo palang Vaseline, Mare?
Oo, Mare, meron.
Di ko alam.
Sige,
Tapos,
Mare, i-reveal mo na yung tamang sagot kaya. Kasi total may nakakuha ata na ng tamang sagot eh.
bakit Dr. Sulfur daw? Wait lang, binabrowse ko lang. And the correct answer is haba ng hair dahil sa Rejoice. So, congratulations sa ating winner for today, si Mareng Noemi ulit. Rejoice daw. Ay, si Mareng Alaysa Capistrano. Wow po, congrats po. Tide.
Nakakadalawa na yung Alaysa. Ay, naku, kumara Alaysa.
Halatang
Batang
batang 2000.
commercial. Halata nanonood ng commercial to since bata. Anyway, doon na tayo sa ating susunod na commercial. Next po.
Makulay, kulay ang buhay, makulay ang buhay sa sinuwang buhay. Makulay, kulay ang buhay, makulay ang buhay sa sinuwang buhay.
May nag-comment dito. Mas makulay buhay kapag ikaw kasama.
Para ata sa'yo yan, Mare. Talagang makulay ang buhay. Sabi naman dito ni Mareng Josephine, hala, sana all po makulay, bushy. Sino ba willing dyan kulayan? Kukulayan daw po yung buhay nyo, guys. Kulayan na natin ng drawing. Tama yan.
May nagsagot dito, Mare, magic sarap daw.
Meron nga dito, Guinness sa mix. Pero sa tingin ko, Mare, kahit hindi ka batang 2000s, alam na alam mo talaga yung commercial na to. Kasi for sure, during Nutrition Month, ito yung sinasayaw lahat ng mga estudyante sa mga schools, elementary or high school. Ewan ko lang sa college kung sasayawin pa ba to.
Tama yung Mare, nakakalilito ko doon.
Sabi ni Maring Josephine, no, ano ba tong Zoom? Autocorrect. Muntik na ako maging Jejemon. Hala, oo
May
nga.
nagsagot dito, Mare, Nor. Kantina lang po.
Sige guys, comment lang kayo dyan. Hala, oo nga. Anong gulay sinuot nyo noong bata kayo? Cabbage daw. Talong, Mama She.
Ikaw, Kumare, anong suot mo na gulay ng bata ka bang kinakanta yung makulay ang buhay?
Ang natatandaan ko, hindi nga gulay, pinasuot sa akin ng nanay ko. Saging.
Sa akin naman, carrots ata.
Ayan, kasama mo si... Eto, may nag-comment, sabi niya, sino mga naging carrot nung LM? Ayan, si Maring Luella, carrot pala siya, no?
Mga
Nor.
team carrot dyan, no?
So, kayo guys, ano sa tingin niyo yung tamang sagot dyan? Makulay. Natatandaan niyo ba yung mga commercial na yon?
Kumare, wala atang nakakakuha ng tamang sagot. I-reveal na kaya natin?
Sige, reveal mo na yan. Pero bago yan, may nakakuha ng tamang sagot, Mare. See? Congratulations, Maria Margarita Jimenez. Tama yung sagot niya, Mare. Congrats. Tapos, may nakita akong comment dito, tignan mo, sabi, mga naging tomatoes, taas kamay.
Hanggang naging tomato, tagang carrots lang ako forever. Sige, Mare, next commercial na tayo. Sino pa
So, sixth question na tayo.
Pag-throwback dito?
So, sixth question na tayo.
San bumabangga, pasensya ka na. Kung minsan ako'y natataranta, minsan ako'y sumasablay, minsan san bumabangga, pasensya ka na. Kung minsan ako'y natataranta, minsan ako'y sumasablay, minsan...
Mare, tawang-tawa ako sa mga comments nila. Tignan mo ang sabi. Minsan lang ba dapat sumablay? Hala, di ako na-inform. I can relate, parang Carlos.
Parang araw-araw ata tayo sumasablay, Mare.
Tama. Tapos meron din dito, paano ba yan? Ako everyday sablay.
Wala yan, Mare. Lahat tayo nakaka-relate.
Meron din dito sabi, tong mga batang to talaga, oo. Na-try mo ba yung ganyan, yung sa bintana, yung gaganunin mo yung mukha mo?
Ginagawa ko yan dati nung bata ako ginagawa ko siya dati doon, sa lugar na yan.
Parang di ko siya magawa kasi lagot ako sa nanay ko.
Sa akin kasi dati, di ba, parang may playground yung mga ganyang lugar dati. So, doon ko siya ginagawa kasi hindi naman ako nakikita ng nanay ko.
May nag-comment dito, sabi, paano maging perfect? Sometimes lang naman sumablay. Guys, iwas sablay tayo this 2022, no? Claim na natin na year natin to. Ayan.
Mare, wait lang. Parang may nakita na akong nakakuha ng tamang sagot.
Sino,
Nakikita mo
Mare?
ba?
Sabihin mo na yan.
I-reveal mo muna yung tamang sagot bago natin siya i-congratulate.
So, ang tamang sagot is, pa-para-pa-pa. Love ko to. Love ko rin to, guys. Ang tamang sagot ay McDonald's or McDo. Hala, may nagsabing Colgate.
Ay, layo ng Colgate. Pero anyway, congratulations po kay 𝚜𝚒𝚒𝚗𝚝.
Ayan, congratulations. May nag-comment, Mare, love ka rin namin. Love ko po si Mama She. Songers po ba yung host? Ay, hindi po. Feeling lang po. So, next question na tayo, Mare.
Sige.
Congratulations kay Maring Lovila.
Next questions na po tayo.
Ayan.
Ay,
ano pala?
Mare! Na-reveal agad yung sagot.
Ang galing naman.
Ang galing! Grabe!
Sino daw may bet ng ganyang hairstyle? Sabi kanina, sablay daw siya everyday. Pero ngayon, ayan, iwas sablay na. Kasi may reveal na agad yung sagot.
Kaya nga, Mare. Sige, congrats sa natin yung una nakapag-comment at nakakita ng sagot. So, congrats natin si Maria Margarita Jimenez.
Ayan, congratulations. Napakadami mo ng prizes na i-claim mamaya. So, ikakontak ka ng person head namin para maklaim mo yung mga prizes mo. Congratulations! Napakabilis. Batang 2000s talaga to.
Batang commercial, halatang pinapanood ang mga commercial eh.
So, another question pa.
Dami namang baon ng PMSoc na commercials. So,
Hello?
Hello, Dad.
Oh, Vic, kamusta?
Mayuman. Dad, may sabihin ako sa imo, importante.
May problema ka?
Dad, ma-shift na ako sa fine arts.
Bakit?
MMK ba ito? Alam mo ba, Mare, naiintindihan ko yung sinasabi nila, ha? Kasi parehas kami ng probinsya. So, right med daw, Mare, oh.
pero
Parang
itong commercial
insurance.
na to, ang clue ko lang, medyo sana hindi siya biglang magbagal kasi umuulan ngayon.
Tama, Mare.
Umuulan ngayon, so,
Telecom company ba ito? Globe?
pwede?
Parang insurance daw. Ayan, may nakuha na ng tamang sagot, Mare. For all the long distance calls, ang tamang sagot ay PLDT. So, congratulations kay Mareng Noemi ulit. Noemi,
So,
Ann?
So, baka naman PLDT, please lang, kahit umuulan. Baka lang
May comment
naman,
nga
baka
dito.
lang.
Ay, balita ko, bad trip mga customers lagi dito. I can relate po.
Medyo. Please lang, PLDT, baka lang. Mahal ka namin.
Sabi din dito, accounting kasi shift. Ha, same. Same din po.
Si Doc kasi lumabas, akala ko right med.
Doc, balik sa loob. Ayan, congrats kay Mare Noemi Ann Jimenez.
Sige, for our last question, no, Mare, kasi napapahaba na atang ating icebreaker. For our last question,
point nga ako eh. M60 yung akin.
May comment dito, ay Lola, uwi na, kahapon ka pa dyan.
grabe lakas nga maka-Gen Z ni Lola eh. Grabe.
Point nga ako eh. M60 yung akin. Flashbang! Flashbang!
Napipil ko yung ano ni Lola ha, yung parang
Yung stress
gigil
niya,
niya.
no? Sabi niya, crossfire, ha 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 ha. CODM daw. Meron din, Nay Valorant tayo, lika dito. Extend pa daw sa 24 hours. Parang di
Paghahalata
ko
ang mga
ma-imagine.
gamer sa atin, no?
Di ko ma-imagine yung lola ko, ganyan, no? Meron M60 nga raw kay lola. Nako, si OC yan. Extend daw po sa number 10. Anong rank mo na, lola? Sniper si lola, no? Konting
Guys,
hint daw,
mag-comment na
Mare.
kayo. Guys, ano pa pwedeng i-hint natin dito? Wait lang, Mare, kasi medyo hindi rin ako familiar sa commercial eh. Kaya hindi ko alam. Wait lang. Ano mo pwedeng i-hint natin dito?
Ito si Maring Shella, bayan daw.
Bayan daw.
Telecom din po ba ito? Ito?
Pwede.
So, pwedeng pa take 2 naman po, take 3 nung commercial.
Point nga ako eh. M60 yung akin. Flashbang! Flashbang! Teka!
Mare, hanggang ngayon wala pa rin nakakakuha ng tamang sagot.
Sabi
Pero
nga
ang
dito,
hirap pa.
I want TV daw, Mar. Ay, eto, Mare, may nakuha ng tamang sagot. May nung headphone, Lola. Baka naman. Ayan, meron na nakuha ng tamang sagot, Mare. Reveal mo na yan kung anong tamang sagot.
Sige, ang tamang sagot mo dito ay Bayan DSL. So, congratulations. Labila Talam. Galing mo
Congrats!
naman.
Halatang batang commercial talaga to, no?
Kaya nga eh. So, thank you sa lahat ng mga sumagot at sumali sa ating icebreaker. So, that's it para sa ating Guess That Commercial Icebreaker. Ang gagaling naman talaga ng mga ka-HRD natin. Grabe. Halatang mga batang 2,000 to at mga batang commercial.
Kaya nga, nahulaan nila pati yung bulilit, sanay sa masikip. Iba kayo, guys. Kaya naman, congratulations to all the winners. Yung mga nabanggit namin kaninang mga winners, congratulations. Our project heads will contact you to let you know how to claim your prize that was provided to us by Stickers and Crafts PH. Thank you, Stickers and Crafts.
So, thank you, Stickers and Crafts, para sa inyong vouchers. So, anyway, ito na nga. We all know that you guys are all excited for all the topics that we have prepared. We hope you're starting to sit up straight dahil pupunta na tayo sa exciting part. Para sa ating mga ka-HRD na feeling nila na pag-iwanan sila ng kanilang friends o kaya feeling nila hindi sila maintindihan ng iba dahil kakaiba sila ng pangarap o passions, this one's for you all.
Tama ka riyan, Mare. Ito na nga tayo sa exciting part. Simulan na natin itong una nating topic. Let me introduce our first speaker for today. Our first speaker is a results-driven practitioner of communications and social media management with more than 3 years of experience in publishing content in Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Spotify podcasts. Currently, she is an assistant manager of the Rider Experience Unit in Food Panda Express. Also, she is the one and only host and owner of the podcast show Adulting Millennials PH. Oh, wow. Our favorite show landed top 2 in Spotify Top 200 Podcast Philippines and was the official media partner by the European Higher Education during their 2021 online education fair. With much enthusiasm, let us all welcome Miss Janine Mariel Medina.
Thank you so much, Chelsea, for that introduction. And thank you so much, PMSoc, for inviting me. Ayan, I'm so happy to be here and to talk about friends, passion, and me. Ayan. So, Miss Sheila, could you flash my deck, please? Thank you. Ayan. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Sheila, and for the PMSoc technical team. So, ayun no, nagka-icebreaker tayo kanina. Pero naisip ko kasi na why not have another icebreaker naman? Pero never have I ever. Pero online school edition. I'm pretty sure that all of you will be able to relate dito, no? Ayan. So, lahat naman tayo familiar sa never have I ever na game. Kindly please show me yung raise hand button if familiar tayo. Ayan, looks like familiar naman. Okay, next slide please. Ayan, thank you. So let's have fun this afternoon. Actually, alam ko naman na everyone is already having fun. So are you ready? So kindly please shift na po to the next slide. Thank you. Ayan, okay. So ayun, my name is Janine and I will be your game master for this afternoon's game. So we have game rules. So yung game rules natin will be simple lang naman. Next please. Actually, we only have two rules for this game. The first one, next please. And would be, can you please turn on your camera before we start the game? But if you're not comfortable naman in doing so, and if your internet connection is kind of spotty, so it's okay if you'll just turn it off. And then of course, rule number 2 is let's have some fun. Okay, so let's now start the game. Ayan, next slide, please. Thank you. Ayan, so for this one, can you please show me a raise of hands na lang sa Zoom reaction, no? So for this one, never have I ever had a computer lag during a presentation. Ayan, I'm pretty sure maraming nakaka-relate dito, no? Ngayong online school edition. Ayan, so medyo marami din ako nakikita mga nag-raise ng hands. So for this one, I would like to ask for a volunteer to share their experience dito. Ayan, yung experience nila na biglang nag-lag yung computer nila during a presentation. Ayan, who would like to share? Ayan, can you please unmute yourself na lang if you would like to share? Ayan, so right, wala yung mga nag-raise ng hand.
Oh.
Sige, go, Miss Sheila.
Hi, Miss Janine. Good afternoon po. Lagi po ako lag sa presentation namin kasi either po mabagal si PLDT or mabagal na po yung laptop ko.
Ayun. So very talaga, no, nagiging problem talaga yung pag-lag ng computer, no, during a presentation. Ayan. So next slide, please. Ito, I'm pretty sure maraming gumagawa nito. Kahit hindi na kayo mag-raise ng hand button, no? Lalo na pag naka-turn off yung camera, yung never have I ever ate a delicious meal during a class. Ayan, yung mga guilty dyan. Taasan ng kamay, huwag na kayo mahiya. Go! Ayan, si Sheila, si Luella, who else? Sino pa? Si Mafi.
Ako po, ma'am. Everyday po.
Ayan si Chelsea, go! Share mo naman yan. Ano yung pinakamasarap na ulam mo or kinain mo during a class?
Siguro yung pinakamasarap po, tinapay na may kape, ma'am. Everyday po talaga yun. Umaga hanggang hapon.
Ang sarap naman yan. Ayan, thank you so much, Chelsea, for sharing. Ayan, next slide, please. Ayan. Ito, lalo na, diba, naka-turn off yung camera. Tapos yung iba dito, since techie-techie tayo, alam mo yung mga Gen Z, no? Or kahit yung mga millennials, magti-take ng video tapos gagawin nilang Zoom background. Ayan, para kanwari nandun sila, no, present. Ay, may pa-funny react pa. Sige, sige, Ira, share your experience. Umamin na kayo. Ayan. Yan, sino gusto mag-share? Yes, go ahead.
Yes, na-experience ko pong matulog during class hours kasi siguro minsan nagpupuyat po ako sa studies. Yun po.
Ayun, at least studies, no? Akala ko drama tayo eh. Yun din.
Ay, yes po.
Ayun, umami na tayo yung mga guilty. Ayan. So, next slide please. Ito, I feel like maraming gumagawa nito. Kahit na hindi tayo umaalis elsewhere, never have I ever faked a choppy connection simply because recitation or hindi mo alam yung isasagot mo, ganyan. Yung ikaw bigla natawag tapos di ka nagpe-pay ng attention. Ayan, dami din nagtataas ng kamay. Mafi, sino pa? Si Luella, ayan. Who would like to share yung experience nila? Bakit kayo nag-fake na choppy yung connection nyo? Paano nyo siya ginawa? Ano ba kayo? Nag-leave ba kayo sa Zoom meeting or MS Teams? Or talagang hindi talaga kayo kumilos ganon? Ayan, who would like to share?
Ako na lang po.
Go ahead, Mafi.
Hindi naman po siya school-related. Sa kausap lang po. Para po makatakas na lang din po sa usapan.
Ay, yan, guilty
Pag
tayo
hindi
sa
na po
ganyan,
comfortable din.
Oo, exactly. Actually, mas easier pa nga, no, kapag online na lang, no, para pag hindi mo gusto ang kausap mo, iwan mo na lang. Ayun, mag-fake ka lang na choppy yung connection, hindi kita marinig. Ayan. So next slide, please. I believe this is the last slide, no, for the. Ayan, yun. So thank you so much everyone for those na nag-share ng experience. Ayan, nakafocus po kasi kay Crush. Okay, ayan. Yan. Thank you so much everyone for participating sa little icebreaker natin. And ayun, so you might be wondering, who is Janine? So next slide please. I think na-introduce naman ako ng maayos, no? Ni Chelsea and ni Luella. Next please. Ayan. So who is she? So Janine, myself, I'm actually a lot of things. So I'm an activist as well. I'm a podcast creator, a marketing professional. I am a friend. I'm also a mom. So I already have a daughter. She's 7 years old already. Ayan. So actually, marami akong ginagawa sa buhay. So marami din akong set of friends. And later on, malalaman nyo na okay lang naman na you have like different set of friends and makikita nyo rin na hindi lahat ng friends ko pare-parehas kami ng interest. Ayan. So next please. Ayan. So, ayan. For friends, ayun. Sorry. Ayan. Okay, thank you. Ayun. So for friends, syempre you might be wondering, ano ba yung importance ng friends? Ako kasi before, nung papunta ako sa college, sabi ko, okay lang na walang friends. Gusto mag-focus ako sa studies, ganyan-ganyan. Pero hindi pa rin talaga may iwasan kasi kailangan mo yung friends. Kasi yung friends mo, they are the ones who will give you emotional support and they are the ones who will help you build your confidence. Help you build your confidence, not just build your confidence. Kasi confidence, maraming factors that would contribute yun sa confidence mo eh. And of course, one of those, yung people around you. And malaking part ng people around you is of course yung friends mo. If you're in the right set of friends or nasa tama kang circle of friends, then they are the ones who would really help you na mag-build yung confidence mo. Ayan. And then, of course, since in terms of emotional support, nandun na rin yung sa pag-beat ng stress, right? Kasi syempre, college students tayo. No? Ay, kayo pala. Graduate na ako. Ayun, of course, I could relate to it kasi once upon a time, I was also a college student just like you. So, sobrang stressful talaga. But then, akala ko stress na ako nung college ako. Yung pala mas nakaka-stress yung adulting. Pero syempre, valid ang emotions mo. Kung nasan kang stage ng buhay mo ngayon, nasa-stress ka, yun, nasa-stress ka talaga. Ayun. So, your friends will help you with that. And of course, they are the ones who will help you or push you to be the best version of yourself. Ayan. So, just a little bit of background. So, you might be wondering, sino ba yung mga nasa picture na yan? Okay, so, nakikita nyo, 5 kami, no? Ayun. So, just a little background. Ako kasi, when I enrolled in college, I'm a mass comm student. Isa lang yung course ko. But then, eventually, I decided to shift in a double degree program. It's called the LIA or Liberal Arts Program in Saints ko. Ayan. So, maraming LIA students. Pero eventually, yung nakikita niyo sa picture, yan lang yung graduate na DLSU students. So 5 lang kami. Kasi yung iba, they decided to drop na yung isang course. Kasi nga, mahirap siya, to be honest. To be fair, it's really mahirap. Ayun. And syempre, nandun din yung social life. So mahirap din talaga i-balance everything out. Ngayon, next slide please. Yan. If your friends naman don't give you the emotional support that you need, doesn't help you sa pag-build ng confidence mo, would mock you sa mga passion mo, sa mga pinagagawa mo sa buhay, sa values mo, tapos dagdag stress sila for you, you feel like dagdag stress sila for you and doesn't push you to become the best version of yourself, then in my opinion, just my opinion, they're not your real friends or they're not the right people for you. And if I were you, I would just simply walk away kasi syempre, 'di ba, sayang yung time natin spending with those people. Yan. So, next slide please. Okay. So for this one, I would like to share with you yung experience ko when I was in college. So, yun nga, just like what I've shared, no, my first course when I enrolled in St. Scholastica's College, Manila was just mass communication. And yung mga mass comm students talagang may ingay kami doon, may ingay sila. And I really like it, no? Okay ako doon. Tapos, marami akong set of friends doon. As in, I really thought everything was okay. Ayan. And then, later on, ay nalaman ko na binabackstab nila ako for the pettiest reasons of talagang petty. First reason was that, so syempre nalaman ko binackstab nila ako. So I confronted them. And I was really disappointed because it was actually my first time to get bullied. Tapos ano pa ako, college na ako noon. So first time ko may experience yun. So parang medyo na-shock ako doon. Ayun, yung first reason nila, kaya nila ako binabackstab is because hindi ko daw ina-upload yung mga photos namin na kasi they're taking photos, 'di ba? Sobrang petty. They're taking photos using my iPad. And I'm not the type of person kasi nag-upload lagi sa Facebook. Tapos for that simple reason, they find me mayabang, they find me ambisyosa, and they find me ayun nga KJ ganyan. And for me to think of that, parang 'di ba sobrang petty ng reason. Ayun. And ambisyosa has a negative connotation, but it doesn't hurt to be ambisyosa. You're just ambitious. You have a lot of aspirations. I mean, sino bang hindi, right? Sino dito ang hindi ambisyosa or ambisyoso? Diba, lahat tayo may dreams tayo, lahat tayo may ambitions. Hindi dapat siya maging negative thing. Ayun. So another reason na they backstab me is because when we ate lunch, ako kasi, I'm from the South, tapos nagko-commute ako before, pero nung first year college ako, I stayed sa dorm na malapit lang sa Saints ko. So yung baon ko lagi, buong 1,000. So okay lang yun, sapat na yun kasi hindi naman ako, wala akong other expenses, may grocery naman, ayun. So yung 1,000 na yun, nung kumain kami ng lunch, Monday yun, so syempre isang buong 1,000 buo, no? Syempre magbabayad na, wala akong barya. And sila may mga barya sila kasi nagko-commute sila. So sabi ko, oy, sa akin na lang kayo magbayad, ito 1,000. And yun pala, yung simple act ko na yun, they find it na mayabang ako, pinagyayabang ko daw na may 1,000 ako. So, di ba, for that reason, parang nainis na sila sa akin. Ayun. So, doon na rin ako nagdesisyon na it's really good to confront them as well para malaman ko anong reason nila. And after that, I decided to leave that group. Kahit na masaya sila, kahit na ang dami-dami nila, ang dami-dami namin nun, I decided to leave kasi hindi naman worth it, right? And total, ang dami ko pa namang years, diba? First year pa lang naman ako, first month ko pa naman of being a college student. Ayan. And then second month, yung second month, it was bearable because I met new friends. I had new friends. But then, itong set of friends ko, ayun, later on, na-addict sila sa K-pop at mobile games. And ito yung thing I didn't. Lahat sila, like, lahat talaga sila addicted sa K-pop and mobile games. I decided na, why not give it a try? Pero kahit na trinay ko, hindi ko talaga mag-gets. Like, hindi talaga ako na-addict doon. So, lagi akong parang left out sa mga pinag-usapan nila. Pero that was, hindi naman kami like, alam mo yun, hindi ko na-feel na nala-left out ako in general kasi sabay-sabay kami kumakain. Tapos, pag nakikita nilang hindi na ako makarelate, ibahin nila yung topic. Ayun. But I didn't really force myself na maging K-pop addict na ako or mobile games kasi my friends are very understanding. Ayun. And I didn't mock them for liking K-pop na, di ba yung iba sabihin, hindi nyo naman naiintindihan yan, bakit na-addict kayo sa ganyang kanta? Kasi ako din naman before, I don't know if familiar kayo sa It Started With a Kiss, yung mga T-pop, yung mga Fahrenheit. Hindi ko alam kung familiar kayo doon. Ayun. So, ako din, Taiwanese naman yun. So, na-addict naman ako doon. It's just that hindi lang ako na-addict sa K-pop noon. Pero hindi ko sila minamock kasi kanya-kanya lang kami ng trip noon. Ayan. And then, okay yung friendship namin, okay. But then, I decided na mag-enroll na kaya ako ng double degree program kasi I really wanted it eh. Natakot lang ako nung mag-enroll ako ng college kasi baka hindi ko kayanin. Pero sa nakikita ko, parang masaya. Diba? Parang masaya, maging pagod. Ayun, so, ayun, that's when I decided na, ayun na, mag-enroll na talaga sa double degree program kahit na alam ko na mawawalan ako ng time with my friends. Although mass comm student pa rin ako noon, but then, mas magiging heavier yung schedule ko, mas puno. Ayan. And then, nung nag-shift na ako sa double degree program, ayun, I met new friends, set of friends na naman. But hindi rin kami nakakapag-hangout that much kasi lahat kami busy, tapos magkakaiba kami ng schedule talaga. Kasi yung nakikita niyo dito sa photo na to, okay, so yung morena, on the left side, that's Meiji Cruz. So she's a mass comm siya and psychology major, and then ako mass comm and psychology major. Pero magkaiba kami ng minor. So ako development communication, siya naman broadcast journalism. And those minors, lahat sila laging field work. Kaya hindi rin kami nakakapag-meet kasi we have to go to different national government agencies, kung saan may gulo, ganyan, kung saan kami ipa-report ng professor namin. So, ganon. Tapos, yung nakikita niyo namang the other three, yung naiwan, mga naman sila, magkakapareha sila ng schedule kasi psychology students sila and mga psychology students and special education students. So, ayun, magkakaiba talaga kami totally ng schedule. So, it's impossible for us to always hang out. Pero if may time kami, nag-hangout kami. Ganyan. And because of magkakaiba kami ng schedule, madalas mag-isa lang ako, I was forced to learn how to commute. Kasi nga, di ba, I've mentioned na I'm from the South, and yung commute lang na alam ko is from South to Taft. So, South to Taft lang. Pero yung navigating sa Metro Manila, sa Maynila, sa Quezon City, hindi ako familiar. And sinabihan kasi kami ng professor namin na we are not allowed to use Grab and Uber. Diba? May Uber pa kasi noon. Hindi kami allowed to use that kasi paano daw kami matututo, which makes sense. Yun. So, I learned to commute on my own na hindi talagang lumabas ako ng comfort zone ko. And I learned to eat alone. I know na simple to, pero doon nagsisimula lahat eh. Ayun, I learned to eat alone. Tapos eventually, I learned to do things alone. And because of those experience, I learned to love doing things on my own at my own pace. So, I learned to become parang independent. Ayun. So for this one, it's very important to learn how to be independent or to love yourself or maging komportable ka na mag-isa ka din eventually. Pero kahit na ganun, my friends are very supportive din naman. Like for example, they would hang out, they would ask me, Janine, available ka ba? Ganyan, tara hang out tayo. If hindi ako available, kahit na alam nilang hindi ako available, they would ask me. Ayun. Pero and if mag-reject naman ako, I'm sorry, hindi talaga pwede kasi may tinatapos pa akong paper, they would understand. They're not the type of friends na, sige na, huwag mo na yung tapusin, ganyan. Pero may mga times na ganun sila. And napapa-peer pressure ako kasi gusto ko rin talagang mag-hang out. Ayun. Pero after naman nun, sabay tulungan din naman kami sa mga paper namin. No? Kaya nga, kami lang yung natirang 5 na nakagraduate ng 𝚜𝚎𝚖'𝚜 course. Ayun. And kung makita niyo dito, yung naka-bold dito is yung third and last bullet. Because yung third bullet, that was the turning point na I learned how to, because of one decision, nag-iba yung takbo ng buhay ko, na mas nakilala ko yung sarili ko. And sabi nga nila, you are always one decision away from a totally different life. And I would say that's true. Because if I didn't decide na, ay hindi, gusto ko yung double degree program, mag-enroll ako. If hindi ako naging ganun, most likely, mass comm student ako. Tapos, well, same pa rin naman, but iba yung magiging turnout. Siguro, I will eventually learn to love doing things on my own at my own pace, but then on a later part pa kasi masyado ako naging komportable sa comfort zone. Ayan. So, that's it for friends. And I'm pretty sure naman, no, sa friends, nakita nyo kung paano yung pagkakaiba ng interest namin. Actually, yung sa interest nga namin, yun, nakita nyo yung pagkakaiba ng interest ko sa mga friends ko and paano namin yun na-overcome. So, masasabi ko lang talaga, I feel like I was like in the right set of friends during that time. Ayun. Next slide, please. Ayan. Ayan, thank you. Ayun, so for this one, yung passion in me, actually one slide lang siya because I really want to be direct to the point and I don't want to sugarcoat anything at all. Ayan, so sino dito familiar sa YOLO? I know na familiar tayong lahat sa YOLO. Ayan, kindly please type sa chat box if familiar. Ano yung YOLO? YOLO stands for? Ayan, I'm still waiting. Ayan, yeah, exactly. You only live once. Exactly, you only live once, so why not do it now? So in terms of passion, kahit na magkakaiba kayo ng passion with your friends, okay lang yun. Eh kung passion mo yun eh, ikaw yun eh. So why not do it now? If you're going to parang anchor all of your decision based dun sa ma-approve ba to ng friend ko, susuportahan ba nila ako, o hindi naman nila ako suportahan. If dun ka magbe-base, then most likely marami kang maging what ifs. What if sinunod ko kaya yung passion ko nung time na yun? Eh di sana ganito, ganyan. Ano kaya mangyayari? Ayun. So for this one, yung gusto ko munang i-start na i-discuss yung podcast ko. Yung podcast ko kasi, gustong-gusto ko talaga siyang i-start even before. Pero nga, ayun nga, busy nga ako ng college. Tapos eventually, nung nag-work, naging busy din. Tapos nung pandemic, ayun, ang dami ng time. For some, it was a blessing. For some, not for everyone. Kasi not everyone nga naman is privileged. Kasi yung iba nakikita nila yung pandemic, nag-open siya ng doors for a lot of things. Yung iba naman talagang naagrabyado talaga sila ng pandemic. But for me, somehow, I'm thankful na it opened doors talaga. So, nagkaroon ako ng maraming time kasi hindi na ako nagko-commute, less na yung stress, marami na akong tulog, fresh na tayo habang nag-work, hindi na haggard over sosa, ganyan. So, yun sa podcast ko, nag-start ako ng pandemic. And even though I know that my friends don't listen to podcast or even radio, hindi sila mahilig sa ganon, yung mga friends ko. But I pursued it anyway. And even if my friends are not listening to any podcast or hindi nila hilig yun, alam nyo yung ginawa nila when I started my podcast, they shared it. Kahit alam kong hindi sila nakikinig ng podcast ko mismo, they shared it on their Instagram accounts, yung mga post ko, sinishare nila. That simple act of sharing it, even if you don't listen to your friend's podcast, means a lot already. It's an act of being parang showing your support. So ayun, eventually, that one post, eventually, or that one listener, or yung pag-share nila ng post na yun, eventually, nag-lead siya sa, alam mo yun, from one listener to 200s, and right now we have 14,000 followers na, and almost 100 na listens sa Spotify. So for that one, I'm always thankful talaga to my friends. Kahit na up until now, hindi talaga sila nakikinig. Alam mo yun? Ayun, they're very supportive sa mga ginagawa ko. And ganun din naman ako sa kanila. And what if your friends don't support you naman? Ako, it depends on you eh. It would depend on you kung ano yung negotiable and non-negotiable mo. For instance, I have this friend and yung business kasi niya na na-start is yung steak. And alam niya na vegan ako. Pero she knows na hindi ko siya masusuportahan kasi vegan ako eh. Pero in my own little ways, I don't share her post kasi labag siya sa advocacy ko eh. Pero I would like the page lang. Ayun, kasi increase din yun kahit paano. Yung one click na yun, increase din yun sa, sa metrics din niya sa social media. So that would help. Ayun. So, for her, she knows na hindi ko talaga siya masusuportahan kasi yung business niya, steak, ako vegan, against yan sa values ko. So, may mga times na gano'n talaga and iintindihan mo na lang din. And of course, kahit hindi ka supportahan ng friends mo, dapat go pa lang kasi ang target market mo naman hindi lang friends mo, di ba? Di ba? So, and you started it not because for hindi not because gusto mo may na parang sa others yun. It's more on for you then. Yun. So, that's why I started Adulting Millennials. And then, yung sa Southberries naman, it was just yung Southberries naman, may business. Ano naman siya? May other business. Close na siya, by the way. Ano naman siya, like, paano ba? Nag-experiment lang ako kasi mahilig ako sa berries. And I think a lot of people are into berries, pero hindi lang sila bumibili kasi nandun yung connotation na mahal. So, I marketed it na affordable, safe, and alam mo yun, easy yung process na it will be delivered right at your doorstep, ganyan. So, yung berries na to, my friends are very kuripot. Diba? Ako kasi, I myself, kuripot din ako. But then my friends are very supportive. Ito yung one of the things na ginawa nila, aside from sharing. No? Never sila bumili, mind you, never sila bumili. Pero, I'm always grateful doon. Aside from pag-share nila ng mga post ko, or ng mga testimonials, mga kung anong ginagawa ko. My other friend, bumili siya ng strawberries dun sa kapitbahay nila or somewhere, ganyan, sa ibang vendor na mas malapit lang sa kanila. I would understand kasi San Pedro ako, sa South ako, tapos siya nasa Manila. No? So bumili siya sa Manila ng strawberry, tapos ginawa niyang shake. Tapos pinicture niya. Tapos tinag niya yung Southberries PH. Tapos, syempre, shinare ko. Tapos nagtanong yung isa naming friend, uy, bumili ka pala kay Janine, bakit hindi mo sa akin sinabi, di sana bumili din ako. Kasi para silang nasa Manila. Sabi niya, hindi ko yung binili kay Janine. Inano ko lang, like parang para may ma-post siya. Diba? Yun yung mga simple ways to support your friends. Kahit na hindi ka bumili, kahit hindi ka makinig ng podcast niya. Ayun. So, sobrang cute nila, no? Yes, sobrang supportive talaga sila. And sobrang grateful din ako doon. Ayan. Tapos, eventually, yung efforts naman, yung pagpupuyat, ganyan. Kahit actually, yung puyat ko, okay lang sa akin kasi gusto ko rin siya yung adrenaline rush. Ayun. Eventually, napansin ng Rappler, one of the interns sa Rappler. So, we got featured sa Rappler. Ayun. So, kung saan list of parang stores na kung saan mo pwede mabili yung berries mo. Ayan. So, nasama tayo doon. And then, ayun, so basically yun lang naman, no, yung sa passion. It would just really depend na rin talaga sa'yo. Ang pinaka-importante dito is gagawin mo dahil gusto mo, not because hindi mo gagawin kasi ayaw ng, alam mo yun, at takot ko, hindi ko supportahan ng friends mo. Okay lang yun. Supportahan ka nila or hindi. Okay lang yun. Ayan. So, that's it for friends, passion, and me. And by the way, I received questions din pala. So, that's on the next slide. Ayan. By the way, do we have parang other questions dun sa shinare ko? Or do you guys want me to proceed? Do we have questions? Ayan. So far, parang wala naman, no? Ayan. Okay. So I will answer muna yung first question na I received, no, from PMSoc. So this one, it says that, what should I choose? The job that I'm passionate, but it does not yield good income and work security, or the job with high income. Actually, ito, gustong-gusto ko to nung nakita ko to kasi parang it reminds me of pera or purpose, diba? Ayun. So for this one, it would also depend on the person who asked this. Kasi if you are privileged, then why not give it a try kung wala ka namang other responsibilities, right? If you're passionate about it, kahit na hindi na yan mag-yield ng good income or work security, who knows? Passionate ka nga dyan eh. At least matatry mo. And kung hindi ka maging happy eventually, then we have other options pa. Pero if you are someone naman na hindi talaga pinalad kasi you have other responsibilities, then I suggest work on the talaga. I mean, parang wala ka ng choice kundi work on the job with a high income. But I guess it would also help if you are like financially literate kasi kahit paunti-unti, yung nakinikita mong high income dun sa job mo kahit hindi mo siya gusto, eventually kasi that will fuel your passion projects. Just like what I did. Ayun. So, right now kasi, yung current job ko, it also fuels somehow yung passion project ko. And then eventually, which is Adulting Millennials page, the podcast. And then eventually, yung mga effort ko naman, syempre, kailangan mo mag-run ng ads. Although we are a big fan of organic marketing, organic yung talagang automatic na mapapansin ka nila kasi maganda yung caption mo, yung copy mo, yung ganyan. Maganda yung pag-market mo. But then, maganda din na nag-run tayo ng ads or mga advertisements or mga sponsored posts, no? Ayun. So, syempre, saan ko ba naman kinuha yung pera ko pang run ng ads or yung mga sponsored posts? Syempre, doon din ko siya kinuha sa income ko sa full-time job. And then, what I did, ayun, more on creating content talaga that matters, quality content, and hindi mga fake news, ganyan. Ayun. So, eventually, so nagbunga naman siya, no? Kasi nagkaroon ako ng media partnerships, napansin ako ng Unilab, napansin ako ng Globe, ng BPI. So, napansin ako ng brand. So, eventually, nag-ano na rin siya, kumikita na rin ako sa podcast. So, ganun yung nangyari doon. So, I suggest, pwede mo rin siyang gawin kung you really want to pursue din yung job or something that you're really passionate about. Ayan. And then, for the second question, how to understand and accept different ways on how your friends, families, and others do and perceive things. For this one, simple lang dito eh. Ang masasuggest ko lang, know the things that you can and cannot control. You can control kung paano ka mag-iisip, kung paano mo aayusin. Hindi naman you can control your feelings and understand, ayun. Pero hindi mo na makokontrol talaga kung how others perceive things. Ayun. So, I suggest parang, suggestion lang naman na parang it's better to focus on yourself na lang. Although, syempre, yung family, friends, malaking bagay siya sa atin. Lalo na, di ba? Kasi family and friends yan eh. Ayun. Pero huwag mo na isama yung others kasi hindi naman siya magko-contribute sa buhay mo eh. And another thing din kasi na lagi kong ginagawa, if it will not really matter 5 years from now or 5 days from now, so bakit ko siya poproblemahin? Ayun. So, para lang maging peaceful tayo. Ayun, yun yung ginagawa ko na lang. Like, kunwari may toxic na tao, naiirita ako. Iniisip ko na lang, 5 days from now or 5 years from now ba, may impact ba to sa buhay ko? Kung wala, iiwan ko na. Ganon. Hindi ko na siya poproblemahin masyado. Kasi sayang sa energy. Dapat yung energy natin, linalagay natin sa mga bagay na makakatulong sa atin and sa kapwa natin. Ayan. So yung other question would be, do we really outgrow people? Lalo na po kung iba ang passion, streams, and values from one another. Parang nakakatakot po kasing isipin na pwedeng yung kaibigan mo ngayon ay passing lang sa buhay ko. Actually, nung nabasa ko to, damang-dama ko siya in a sense na, hindi ako mag-sugarcoat. Kasi the answer is yes, we really outgrow people. Oo, ganun talaga yung buhay eh. And ayun, I have my friends before, way back in high school, na solid friends talaga kami. Meron pa kaming pangalan, ganyan. Hindi ko na nasasabihin kasi medyo weird. Ayun, anyway. So yung friends ko na yun, pare-parehas kami, 3 kami, and lahat kami, 4 kami, including me na doon. Lahat kami creative. Yung isa more on artsy, like drawing. Yung isa naman more on drawing din, ganyan. Tapos kaming dalawa naman ng isa kong friend, more on more on management, marketing, ayan. But then, nung nag-college kami, magkakaiba kami ng college. Yung isa sa Lasal Manila, yung isa naman sa Benilde, tapos ako naman sa Saints ko. So, di ba, nandun lang kami, paikot lang kami sa top. Tapos yung pang-apat, nandoon, naging com student siya sa DLSU-Dasma. But then eventually, nag-migrate na rin sa Canada. Tapos, yung pagka-migrate niya sa Canada, hindi na com yung course niya, naging med student na siya doon. So, malaking shift, no? Tapos, up until now, we're still talking, pero not that often. Parang na lang, once a year, ganyan. It's a really sad thing, no? Pero, kasi as we grow older, nag-iiba tayo ng responsibilities, nag-iiba tayo ng values, nag-iiba tayo ng mga, like priorities in life. And nakakamit din tayo ng other people. So I suggest focus on the moment, and of course, it would also depend sa people na, like yung friend mo ngayon, it would also depend on them if gusto ka nilang magstay sa buhay nila. Like for me, for example, my friends yung high school, even though we don't talk that much, like once a month lang kami or once a year lang kami mag-usap, minsan 2 years din hindi pa kami nakikita like face to face, tapos nagka-pandemic pa, no? We're still friends on Facebook. Yung simple na react button, ganyan, yung simple na magpo-comment ka, ayun, it really helps din na parang nandun pa rin, na alam mo kahit di kayo nag-uusap na friends pa rin kayo. Ayan. Next slide, please. Ayun. So, ayun. I hope this does not come off uncomfortable. Gusto ko lang pong itanong kung anong ginagawa niyo whenever you feel missing out with your friends. So, for this one, ang ginagawa ko lang talaga is na-accept ko na lang. Like, for example, yun sa K-pop, hindi ako makarelate kasi hindi ako mahilig talaga sa K-pop and yung mga mobile games. Trinay ko naman, hindi talaga. So, ang ginawa ko na lang is that I just accepted the fact na hindi ako mahilig dun. Tapos, nag-focus na lang ako sa anong meron kaming similarity. Like, bait naman sila. Tapos, parehas naman kami ng mga, alam mo yun, yung mga gusto. Like, parehas kaming mga gala. Parehas naman kaming mahilig manood ng movies. Tapos, ayun, parehas naman kaming mahilig pumunta. Like, after class, pag kunwari wala kaming ginagawa, tapos Saturday, pupunta kami sa Robinsons, Manila. Tapos, kumakanta kami doon, nag-ano kami. Yung kanya-kanyang trip lang. Ayan. Tapos, nagkikwentuhan. More on ganun lang. Unless you have, like, na-FOMO ka in a different way. Like, talagang sinasadya kang ma-FOMO. Kasi may mga ganun di ba, sa group of friends na parang may isa doon hindi nyo gusto. Talagang ipaparamdam nyo sa kanya na parang missed out siya, ganyan. Yun naman, if ganun na feel mo na parang sinasadya, parang hindi na siya good for your mental health, I think it's better to confront them. Hindi yung bigla ka na lang aalis. Confront mo na lang. Pero if you feel like it's not worth it, then communicate pa rin talaga. I suggest communication is the key sa kahit anong relationship. Romantic man yan o hindi. Ayun. Yan. And then the next question would be, how could you say that you do not have the passion for your friends? Ako kasi parang very obvious talaga kung hindi kami parehas ng passion. Kasi ako nga, mahilig ako mag-podcast, mag-business. Yung iba ko ng mga friends, trip nila mag-aral. So, okay lang, supportan ko sila. And then, ayun, share ko na lang din, dun sa photos ko with friends, kung nakita nyo dun, si Meiji, yung mass comm and psychology major din. Si Meiji, before college, she joined Binibining Pilipinas already, but then, hindi siya nanalo. Tapos, medyo matanda na siya. Older siya sa amin. Nasa 27 and 28 na siya. Ayun. Kasi sa Binibining Pilipinas, meron kasi dyang age limit, di ba? So, ang nangyari kasi noon, sinabihan namin siya, napasok ko naman sa age doon. So, mag-join ka na after graduation. Kasi ang gusto niyang mangyari is that ipakita sa lahat na she's more than just a pretty face. Kasi sinasabi nila na magmodelo ka na lang, maganda ka naman. Tapos yung usual daw na connotation, pag modelo, wala daw kasing hindi nakapagtapos. Yun yung gusto niyang i-debunk. And we really admire her for that. And dati sinabi niya pa na ayaw niya na daw talaga magbinibining Pilipinas kasi daw mahal. Pero tignan mo naman, after graduation, pinursu niya pa rin. And we're really happy for her. Ayun, we're happy for her na second runner-up siya sa Binibining Pilipinas last year. Yeah, I believe last year or 2 years ago. Ayun. So there. Tapos ano pa? I'm surrounded with people that do not share the same interest and passions as me. What should I do? Okay lang yun. Like, if yung people around you, hindi naman kayo parehas ng trip, pero like nagkakasundo naman kayo sa isang ibang bagay, okay na rin yun. Like, stay there. Pero if negative, toxic na sa mental health mo, ayun, leave. Pero, syempre, hindi naman, depende yun sa'yo Dapat you should know your negotiables and non-negotiables. Ayan. Kasi kung parehas naman kayo ng values, tapos nagkakasundo naman kayo, hindi lang kayo parehas ng interests and passions, bakit kaalis sa friend group mo? ng parang without any valid reason. Ayun. And if you feel like na-FOMO ka nga or fear of missing out or na i-communicate mo sa kanila. Kasi katulad ng ginawa ko dun sa first set of friends ko ng college, hindi ko sila kagad iniwan. Kasi sila sa talaga nila ako parang ma-FOMO talaga. Ayun, talagang tinanong ko sa kanila na bakit gano'n, bakit nyo rin ako backstab. Yun, communication is the key din para alam mo when to leave and when not to leave. Ayun. Another thing is that how do you handle friends, especially the close ones that do not particularly care for your passions and interests? For this one, like, paano not particularly care for your passions? Kasi if yung katulad naman sa friends ko, they don't really care about the podcast, but they do support it somehow. But if your friends don't really care about it, like in passing, like wala lang talaga, okay lang yun. Pero if in a negative way, ayun, doon yung may problema. Kasi if parang wala lang sa kanila kahit papano, you should also think of your friend. Baka mamaya my friend is not doing well. Kumusta kaya siya? Diba? Lalo na right now na we're in the time of pandemic. Online lahat, nasa bahay tayo. So hindi tayo madalas nakikita and we don't know what's happening sa bahay nila. So we also have to be we also have to think about our friends. Ayun, kasi yung iba kasi, di ba, tahimik lang, ganyan-ganyan. But in terms of mental health, like they're not doing okay. And that's why they're not really supportive or parang nag-iba yung aura nila. Ayun, so maybe, communication pa rin talaga. Like, ask how they're doing, ganyan. Yun. And then lastly, can two people really become friends even if they do not share the same interest? Definitely yes. Diba? Nakita niyo naman yung sa passion ko, sa podcast and yung sa business ko. My friends are really iba talaga from me. But then, nagkakasundo pa rin talaga kami kasi parehas din kami ng values. Ayun. And I think, aside from values, if mafe-feel mo naman yun, if person mo sila, like you're in the right group of friends or set of friends. Ayan. Ayun. So that's all for the questions. And then next slide, please. And so that's the end of my presentation. And before I end my presentation, I would like to remind all of you na we are always one decision away to a totally different life. And just like what I've said, YOLO tayo. So always do whatever it is that you want. Ayan. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you po, Miss Janine.
Thank you.
Grabe po. Nakaka-relate po ako dun sa mga sinabi niyo po, lalo dun sa about sa friends. Kasi parang totoo naman po yun, kapag nasa true friends ka, parang kahit magkakaiba kayo ng interest, parang susuportan niyo yung isa't isa. And sobrang halaga siya, lalo ngayong college na nasa right friends ka. At nasa friends ka na parang susuportahan ka, bibigyan ka ng confidence, at saka parang magbibigay sa'yo ng, tawag po nito, ng love and comfort, lalo ngayong college.
And super na-intriga po ako sa presentation nyo kanina na marketing professional po kayo. No? Future marketista din po ako. And na-intriga din po ako sa double degree po yung kinuha nyo. Kasi I was actually considering that din po. And very nice po yung you're one decision away to live your best life. Kasi very similar din po yung experience ko sa inyo na with my high school friends na iba-iba po yung passion na pinursu. Meron po yung mga best friends ko nag-multimedia, nag-doktor, nag-masscom, tapos ako naman po sa management side, sa business and podcast din po. So habang nagsasalita po kayo, parang nakikita ko rin po yung sarili ko sa inyo kasi very same po tayo ng interest po. And I think po meron po mga gustong magtanong.
Okay, sige. Ayan. Questions, anyone?
So may natanggap po akong first question about sa FOMO, but I think nasagot niyo na rin po siya, which kailangan lang po natin makapag-communicate. And in addition, hindi lang po siya communication, but also comprehension din po.
Yun.
Kasi we can always communicate sa mga friends natin, whether platonic or romantic relationship. Pero if walang comprehension, parang nonsense lang din po yung pinag-uusapan po natin. And my next question po is, sabi po ni Maring Shella, why is it important to have friends that are different from you?
For this one, I wouldn't say na important to have friends different from you. Pero, it's important to have friends na you can relate with. Ayun. Kasi kahit naman na same kayo or different kayo, it wouldn't matter if you parang nasa tamang tao ka. Alam mo yun? Ayun. Kasi if different, pero in this case, if your friends are different from you, it's okay. Kasi tapos nakaka-relate kayo sa isa't isa. It's okay kasi you will learn a lot of things from them and you will learn and they will learn from you as well. Kasi ganun yung nangyari sa akin din before. Like, paano ba? Like, from nung nag-internship ako sa 𝚜𝚒𝚒, so it's a non-profit organization for animals. So, magkakaiba kami ng mga hilig ng mga interns doon kasi they are parang mga international doon na mga interns. So, may Chinese, may French, ayun. So for that one, magkakaiba kami ng mga hilig sa buhay and everything. Tapos, ayun, I've learned a lot from them naman. Ayun, and they learned a lot of things din naman from me.
Tama po, ma'am. And I think very true din po yung sinasabi na quality over quantity. Hindi po sa dami ng friends natin, but yung nabibigay niya pong importance sa life po natin. So, Maring Luella, yung next question.
Sige, so next question na po tayo, Miss Jenny. Ano po, from Josephine Villarreal po, ang question niya po ay, how will you cut off a friend na hindi nakaka-help sa'yo? Like, lalayo na lang or do you need to explain yourself pa?
Ayan, thank you so much, Luella, for reading the question. For this one, Josephine, I think ikaw din yung makakaalam nito eh. Kasi if that specific friend, like, no matter how much you explain yourself, yun nga, katulad sinabi ni Chelsea, kung in-explain mo naman yung sarili mo, pero hindi niya talaga may intindihan. Tapos, more on parang mas magiging negative pa. I would say, sa akin lang to parang leave na lang. Pero, of course, we still owe them an explanation. Kasi sometimes, di ba, baka mamaya ikaw pa yung ma-frame na bad person sa picture. So it's also, I think, best to explain yourself. Tapos kung paano niya ma-comprehend yun, sa kanya na yun. Tapos, pero if hindi talaga siya helpful sa'yo, just leave na lang din. Explain yourself and then leave.
Yan. Thank you po, ma'am.
Ay, tatlo nga po yung Miss Janine kasi medyo nakaka-relate po ako doon. And nalala ko pa yung sabi sa akin ni Daddy, every time na pag ganyan, may mga friends ka, tapos in-explain yung sarili mo. Parang sabi niya, once, twice is enough na nag-explain ka. Tapos pag hindi ka niya naintindihan, parang tama na, ganun. Kasi, syempre pag true friends, parang iintindihin ka naman talaga as much as possible. So, kung para sa kanila parang negative pa rin yun, parang sabi sa akin ni Daddy po nun, parang siguro hindi mo sila tunay na kaibigan. Parang ganun po.
And I would also like to add din pala, no? Kasi kami ng friends ko, nakita niyo sa picture kanina, kaming 5 set of friends. Meron kasi kaming rule. Like, kapag hindi niyo naintindihan, like, nafe-feel yung may tension. Like, kunwari ako, nainis ako, kunwari lang doon sa isa kong friend, sasabihin ko talaga sa kanya, hindi namin papalipasin ng buong araw. Kasi, syempre, it's always parang, siguro kasi it helped na we're psychology students kasi parang may nakita kami sa textbook noon na, di ba, habang nag-aaral, bonding namin, na sinabi na parang if yung 5 minutes nga na kung, basta I forgot na, pero dapat pag-usapan right away. Like, kanwari ako, sasabihin ko, alam mo, nainis ako sa'yo kanina sa ginawa mo. Bakit mo ginawa yun? Tapos magpag-usapan namin yun. There was actually one instance, I would like to share this lang real quick. Nasa jeep kami ng friend ko, nag-usap kami, internship namin to sa psychology. Nasa jeep kami, before riding the jeep, nagsabi kami na, sabi ko sa akin, samahan mo ko sa grocery, mag-grocery ako. Ganun. Kasi naka-condo kami nun, mag-grocery ako, samahan mo. Sabi ko, oo. Tapos yung nasa jeep kami, may tinatanong siya. Tapos, ang pagkakaintindi ko, samahan mo ko sa grocery, ganyan-ganyan. Basta something like that. So, sinabi ko, oo ako. Tapos, pagkababa namin ng jeep, parang naging cold siya. Like, hindi niya na ako pinansin. Tapos tinanong ko siya, bakit ang cold mo sa akin? Sabi niya, kasi sabi mo, hindi mo na ako samahan sa grocery. So, diba, nandun yung miscommunication kasi nasa jeep kami, ang ingay-ingay. So, akala niya yung sagot ko, hindi. So, ayun. So, importante din talaga na mag-usap din right away. Kapag meron kang hindi nagustuhan na ginawa ng friend mo, ayun, usap right away. Lalo na if that friend is really important sa'yo. Ayun.
Tama po. I must agree with you po, ma'am. And in my case naman po, i-share ko lang din po, very selosa ko rin po when it comes to friendships. Kaya very na-appreciate ko po yung mga friends ko na nag-explain din po talaga. So, meron po kaming last question na po and very interesting po siya. Sabi po ni Miss Ira, currently in election season, why some of your friends have boundaries when they have different candidates to vote but makes you feel bad what you choose daw po?
Ayan. So for this one, it would depend. I know lagi yung sinasabi na it would depend sa person. Kasi lahat naman ng sinasabi ko, hindi naman yung mag-a-apply sa lahat. Kasi for me, for instance, no, ayun, sorry, basahin ko lang ulit. Why some of your friends have boundaries or not? Okay, so for this one, siguro kasi, sorry for the background noise. Ayun, for this one kasi, nandito yung sinasabi ko kanina pa, negotiable and non-negotiable. It's very important for you as a person to know your negotiables and non-negotiables. Negotiables yung carry pa, alam mo yun, like for example, sa akin, ang negotiable ko is yung, paano ba? Like for example, in terms of finances, hindi kasi lahat privilege na maging financially literate, ganyan. Pero, in terms of value, sorry, in terms of, for example, sa values, or like for example, specific example is yung pagiging late. Ayoko talaga ng late sa tao, I swear, kasi very important sa akin yung time. Yung time ko, like 5 minutes late carry pa, pero 10 to 15 minutes, hindi na talaga. Ayun, so yun yung non-negotiable ko. So for you, dapat alam mo yung negotiable and non-negotiable. Siguro sa friend mo kasi, siguro nagkataon na non-negotiable nila is yung values. Ayun, yung values. Kasi syempre, sinasabi nga nila na yung values mo, parang kung yung values ng candidate na pinipili mo, parang nagre-reflect yun sa'yo. But let's also not be parang too hard on others kasi malay mo, nakikita kasi nila dun sa candidate na kahit negative candidate siya for you, pero nakikita kasi ng friend mo is yung mga positive qualities ng negative candidate na yun or yung pag-perceive ng media doon sa taong yun. So, it's a bit unfair, pero siguro na lang, I suggest it would also depend if your friend parang tried his or her or their best to explain to you, gave you facts, ganyan. Pero if hindi pa rin talaga, siguro yun talaga yung turning point na they would parang unfriend you or block. Ako, I'm very dito, like guilty. Kasi ina-assess ko din if this friend of mine is parang hirap ba siya mag-perceive ko anong fake news and hindi fake news. Yung parang ganun. Ayun. So, it would really depend on the person as well. Ako kasi, for me, non-negotiable lang ang values. Ayun. That's all. Thank you, Ira, for the question. Thanks, PMSoc.
Very same po tayo, ma'am. And I think very important din po yung values, yung compatibility and connection po when it comes to our relationship with other people. And if hindi naman siya magtugma, meron po tayong sacrifices na what you're willing for na makipag-ayos sa tao and makifit in sa kanya if that person really matters to you po.
True.
So, agree po ako sa sinabi ni Chelsea, tsaka po sa inyo. Siguro malaga siguro sa mga ganitong bagay po, parang healthy discussions, tapos masabi mo in a very right way yung gusto mong i-explain. Kasi minsan talaga hindi natin maiwasan na parang gusto natin sabihin yung point natin, tumalating tayo sa point na nagiging harsh na tayo. So, parang very important siguro dito yung healthy discussions nga po.
True.
So, yun po. Meron po nag-send ng very last question na po. Ang sabi niya po, from anonymous po kasi siya, ang sabi niya po ay, could I really find the right community for me? Sabi po ng parents ko, there will be a time that I would find the right people for me. Pero sa ngayon po, parang hindi ako makapaniwala.
Actually, totoo yung sinabi ng parents mo, no? Kasi, siguro right now, you feel like parang hindi mo pa nakikita yung parang people for you. It's okay, pero kasi if you're going to be true to yourself and parang expose yourself sa mga gusto mo, like for example, mahilig ka sa, example ko na lang ulit K-pop. Parang mahilig ka sa K-pop, makakahanap ka ng mga taong mahilig sa K-pop na tapos aside from K-pop, marami pa kayong same interest, ganyan, mga hilig. If mahilig ka naman mag-gym, syempre expose yourself sa gym, mag-gym ka, ganyan, mag-exercise ka. Eventually, ma-meet mo yung people na yun. In my case, another example for this one is yung sa work ko. Yung work ko before in a non-profit organization. Ayun. So, yung isa namin dong workmate, pinadalhan namin siya ng cake ng birthday niya. Tapos, she's really happy. Tapos, ang sinabi niya ng ate niya, I think you found your people. Kasi, yung work culture sa amin, it's very healthy. As in, wala akong masabi, very healthy. Pero ayun nga, di ba, katulad ng pinaka-first question na nabasa ko, hindi siya nag-yield ng income. So, hindi siya tugma sa, hindi siya nag-yield ng good income. So, hindi siya ganun katugma sa lifestyle ko ngayon and sa needs ko and responsibility. So, I have to leave. Ayun. But, ayun, for the right people, yes, mamimit mo. Parang, ngayon, hindi ka makapaniwala. But eventually, you will. Just go put yourself out there and explore and just be yourself. Ay, Luella, nakamute ka.
Thank you po, Miss Janine. So, yun. So dun sa so, makinig ka din sa sinabi ni Miss Janine, mag-explore ka lang, tsaka be yourself. Makikita mo din yung right people for you. So, that's it for our Q&A session with Miss Janine. So, thank you very much, Miss Janine, for answering all the questions that were sent to us by our ka-HRDs. For sure, they learned more sa ating Q&A session. So, thank you po, Miss Janine.
I agree. Kahit ako, marami pang natutunan during the Q&A session. It was that fruitful po, ma'am. And while finding the right people or the right person for you, let us take note yung sinabi ni Miss Janine kanina sa presentation niya na learn to love doing things on your own and your own pace. Kasi yung para sa'yo, dadating talaga yon. So, thank you, Miss.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, PMSoc, Luella, and Chelsea.
And to show our appreciation for Miss Janine for sharing her time and wisdom to us, we present to her this certificate. Certificate of Appreciation. This certificate is proudly presented to Miss Janine Mariel Medina for imparting their knowledge and insights during the event of People Management Society, entitled Mare, Ano ang Latest, conducted at Zoom meeting given this 14th May of 2022. Signed by Sheila Luis Serrano, Project Head, Karen Marie San, Co-Project Head, Carlos Ivan Lalog, Co-Project Head, and Mr. Epitacio Mendiola Jr., Advisor of PMSoc.
So before we let you go, Miss Janine, let us have a photo op po muna. For all our participants, you are free to open your cameras para may picture din kayo with Miss Janine.
So, hintayin muna natin mag-open cam lahat sila. Ayan. So, smile. Okay na ba? Smile na tayo dyan mga guys. Okay, magbibilang ako ng 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, waki naman daw po. Okay. 1, 2, 3, waki.
Ayan, thank you everyone, and more huge thank you to Miss Janine for all the wisdom she passed on to us. Your lessons and tips, Miss, will always be in our hearts.
I agree ko, Mare. Grabe. Ang dami ko natutunan kay Miss Janine, especially sa mga about sa friends, about how to find your people.
Tama, tama. Grabe yun, no? Unang speaker pa lang si Miss Janine, pero parang busog na agad ako ng learnings.
Kaya nga ako rin eh. Ang daming learnings and some tears were shed. Grabe, nakuha talaga ni Miss Janine yung attention ko kasi about siya sa friends. Pero kahit busog na busog ako sa ating mga topics kanina, hindi pa rin ako titigil dahil balita ako, kumare. May second speaker daw tayo.
Aba, paano mo nalaman yan? Pero tama ka riyan, Mare. May isa pa tayong speaker that will show us the ugly truths of adulting. For all our seniors out there, sana ready na kayo. Para sa inyo to. Ano, Mare? Introduce mo ng ating next speaker?
Sige, kumare, salamat. Ako na mag-i-introduce sa ating second speaker. So, our second speaker for today is a creative strategy professional with a vast experience from writing to art copies and to conceptualization and storytelling. She is also a pro-life UK assistant unit manager that gives expert advice and consultations with regard to money management, insurance, investment planning, and other areas. She is also the woman behind the trending TikTok account, Adulting Queens. To give us tips and advices on Adulting 101, let us all welcome Miss Micaela Paz.
Hello guys! Thank you so much, Luella, for that very generous introduction. Good afternoon. Gusto ko lang sabihin na sobrang invested ko kanina sa topic. As in, parang feeling ko, nakikinig talaga ako ng podcast. Kasi may din ako makinig-kinig ng podcast, ganyan. So, I would also like to thank Miss Jeline for your insights. I really enjoyed listening to you. And totoo yun, guys, no? Having a healthy set of friends, very, very important sa adulting life. Gaya ng sinabi ni Miss Jenny kanina, your friends must emotionally support you. Di naman all the time, pero alam mo yung may care talaga sa'yo and would push you to become the best version of yourself. And don't be afraid of cutting people off. Lalo na kapag na-evaluate mo na, nakapag-usap na kayo ng maayos, tapos wala talaga. So talagang ganon. And you really outgrow people. Ako kasi medyo clingy. Clingy ako, lalo na nung college. So parang hindi ko matanggap yung concept ng outgrow people. Pero ngayon na 4 years into adulting, parang yes, totoo siya. Okay, so ayun. Thank you so much again, Miss Jenny. And before I start, teka lang, share ko yung screen ko, ha. Ayan. Okay, o di ba first slide pa lang may thank you na, hindi pa tayo tapos. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to thank PMSoc for having this event. Nung kami, ang tawag dito situationer, online situationer. Super.
Ngayon, sumama lang siya kay James dun sa joke. Dumaan
Oh my God,
daw
sino
sila.
si James? Okay lang yan, okay lang yan. So ayun, nung online situationer, i-explain nila sa akin yung event. And I was so amazed kasi sabi ko nga sa kanila, sana kami rin, sana all, merong ganito. Kasi a lot of people would want someone to really sit them down and mag-real talk lang kung ano ba yung kakaharapin nyo after you graduate. So really thankful for this event, and I'm sure you guys are also thankful for this event. And thank you for trusting me. And also you guys na nandito ngayon, all 50 of you na nandito sa Zoom meeting. Thank you for your time. I know you could be doing other things this Saturday afternoon, but you chose to be here. So I'll make sure na I'll make this worth your time. Okay. So basically in the next 30 minutes or so, we will be talking about yung transition from ngayon, kung ano kayo ngayon, student, to adult life, kung saan kayo papunta. Okay, and I chose this GIF kasi if you guys watch Friends, magiging familiar kayo dito sa scene na to. I think this is yung first episode nila where Rachel, yung girl, si Jennifer Aniston, parang she will face the real world kasi ika-cut off niya yung parents niya, hindi na siya dedepende sa parents niya. It's time for her to live on her own, find a job and all that. Basically, adulting. And natuwa ako din sa sinabi ng friend niya na si Monica, yung nag-hug sa kanya. Sabi niya, welcome to the real world. It sucks. You're gonna love it. Sobrang ironic niya, di ba? Pero this is the best. This encapsulates talaga everything that I will say for this session. And of course, after nung the topic about transition, I will also give you guys tips on how you can, not smoothly, kasi it will never be smooth, yung transition nyo. Kahit na anong gawin nyo, it will be a rough transition. Pero, I will give you tips para maging less hassle yung pagiging transition na yun. Okay? So basically, I'll give you guys an adulting cheat sheet. Na sana, again, meron ako nito dati because adulting is really hard, but at the same time, na ma-enjoy mo siya kasi you have a sense of freedom, pero nandoon lang yung onting stress and caution because with freedom comes responsibility, of course. Okay. So are you guys ready? Okay, before I proceed, can you please type 1 in the chat box so that I know if you can hear me clearly, if walang electric fan na naririnig kayo, or okay naman yung slides ko, you can see them clearly before I proceed, para alam ko na nagkakaintindihan tayo. Okay, thank you so much to Karen, Shala, Abby, ayan, dami na naman. Basta pag naggaral-gal ako, just let me know. Alright. So with that, I will encourage you guys to participate in the chat box. Okay, so if you have insights, if you have additional information, lagay nyo lang yan sa chat box. And with that, here is my first question for this session. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the word adulting? Kasi yung first few words na top of your mind. Pag sinabing, uy, adulting ka na. And sabi ni Chelsea, paying bills. Isang malaking yes. Kasi isang malaking sakit sa ulo rin ang bills. Bigger responsibilities. Confusing. Kung may finding Nemo, may finding money. Yes, I can relate to that. Okay, buti pa si Nemo nahanap yung pera, hindi ko sure. Okay, budget. Yes, independence. Being independent. Marriage. Okay, pwede. Oops daw, sabi ni Carlos. Okay, so lahat yon tama yon. And adulting is a very, very, very wide concept. So, but basically, lahat ng sinabi nyo, those are grown-up stuff. Okay, so basically, adulting, it's still the same you. You're just doing grown-up stuff. Actually, when I graduated, parang feeling ko walang bago. Parang after graduation, parang okay, ako pa rin to. Siguro nadagdagan lang ng valid ID, pumasok lang ako sa NBI, pumasok ako sa mga companies, ganon. Nagsuot ako ng corporate attire or mga stuff like that. Okay, pero other than that, parang ganon pa rin. Pero hindi pala. Papunta pa lang pala tayo sa exciting part after graduation. Okay? So, what I want you guys to understand bago ang lahat is adulting is not instant. Kasi marami sa atin, nape-pressure tayo. Pagka-graduate, kailangan ko na makahanap ng trabaho or ganito, ganyan. You have to understand that adulting is not instant. Hindi siya parang pansit canton na ilalagay mo lang yung mantika, yung sauces, yun na, may pansit canton ka na. Adulting is more like your pansit bilao. Diba? Isipin mo kung anong ingredients, pupunta ka sa market, bibilin mo yung mga ingredients na yun, tapos hugasan mo pa yun, i-chop mo pa yung vegetables and all that. So it's the same with adulting. Hindi ibig sabihin na pagka-graduate mo, boom, adult ka na. Parang boom, right decisions. Hindi. Don't be too hard on yourself. Na kapag nagtrabaho ka na, tapos feeling mo, magaling naman ako, honor student naman ako, pero bakit walang tumatanggap sa akin? Malalim ang hugot ko dyan kasi ganun din ako when I was a fresh grad, diba? Nakaka-frustrate. Pero adulting, really, if I were to define it, is the art of figuring things out. Okay? You just move forward and you just learn as you go. The goal is not to get things right. It's to learn as much as you can moving forward. Okay? So gusto kong itatak niyo yan sa isip nyo na you won't get it the first time around. You learn as you move forward. Okay? So, with that, I want us to have parang a game discussion. So, discussion siya, pero medyo game, hybrid, ganun. Okay, so I'd like to call this game a before and after graduation game. Ching, ching. Ayan. So, paano nangyayari to? So, meron tayong sample round. Okay? Sample round muna tayo para magets natin yung magiging takbo ng discussion. So, ang gagawin ko guys, magfa-flash ako ng before graduation or before adulting scenario. Okay? Yung mga minsan sinasabi natin before tayo graduate, and then I will let you guys type in the chat box kung ano sa tingin niyo yung sasabihin niyo na after graduation. Okay? Hypothetical pa lang muna yun. Okay, so here's a sample. Ito just for fun lang. Kung hari sinabi mo sa kanya before graduation, I love you. Before graduation, sabi I love you daw. Oh. After graduation, ano kaya ang sasabihin after graduation? Sabi ni Ira, goodbye. Okay, pwede. Medyo masakit, no? Goodbye. How about the others? I still love you. Wow. Very telenovela ite. Congratulations! Congratulations! Ayan, graduate na tayo. Move on na. Thank you. Thank you. Ano to? Wait, sorry. Nag-move siya. I love someone else. But it's not you. It's me. Pumupopoy and bashan na tayo dito, guys. Okay, ipa-flash ko na yung next answer. And thank you so much, guys. Super interesting ng mga sagot nyo. Pwedeng salamat na lang sa lahat. Okay. Very sad ending. Okay, next sample. Before, gusto ko nang graduate. Gusto ko nang matapos yung thesis ko, gusto ko nang matapos yung OJT ko, gusto ko nang matapos yung project na to kasi gusto ko nang graduate. Okay? After graduation. Ano na kaya yung sasabihin? After graduation. Gusto ko na lang mag-aral. Yan, na ganyan yung sinabi ko. Nung 2 years in the work. Okay? Gusto ko bumalik ng college. Namimiss ko na yung yung allowance, ganun. Parang mas masaya mag-aral ulit. Okay, tapos na, finally. Sabi ni Sheila, gusto kong bumalik sa buhay estudyante. Sabi ni Nim, nag-tech team, finally, deserve. Ayan. Or pwede rin, papunta pa lang tayo sa exciting part after graduation, no? Okay. So, game na. Nagets naman natin yung yung concept, no? Okay. So, the first slide, legit slide is before adulting or graduation. Pwede ko nang bilhin yung mga gusto kong bilhin pagka-graduate ko kasi mag-earn na ako ng pera, 'di ba? Hindi na ako hihingi sa parents ko. Ganun. After graduation, nang nasa adulting stage ka na, ano na kaya yung possible na pwede mong sabihin? Pwedeng hindi magbago, kung yun ang sa tingin nyo. Pwedeng magbago. Naririnig ko kayo kahit binabasa ko lang sa chat. Kaloka. Okay. Wait lang, sorry, nag-move. Gusto ko, hindi. Ang daming gastusin, sabi ni Luella. Sabi ni Sheila, anong bili? May bills ka pa, tama. Parang ako yung tinamaan. Shopee pa more. Okay, Chelsea, ang daming babayaran. Kuryente, tubig, internet, exclamation point, 5 times. Okay, Angelica, pambayad to ng kuryente. Sabi ng tech team, mas kailangan ni Bunso. Yes, lalo na kung breadwinner ka, no? Or panganay. Sabi ni Karen, daming babayarin. Sabi ni Lubella, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, daming bayarin. Sabi ni Ira, ito para kay mama, ito para kay papa. Feeling ko maraming panganay dito sa sa Zoom meeting. Ang gastos ko, hirap naman maging gastador. Gastador prompts. Wala na ako pera. Hindi pa payday B. Ang mahal ng gastos sa pet. Oh my gosh. Okay, so tama yun lahat, no? Or pwede rin na, actually very similar sa mga sinabi nyo. May budget pa ba ako for this? Okay, kasi ako, nung before ako gumraduate, nung time na yun, meron akong cystic acne. So, sobrang big issue siya sa akin kasi bumababa yung self-esteem ko, ganyan. Tapos gusto kong magpa-derma pero nahihiya ako. Gusto ko magpa-check. gusto ko magpagamot, pero nahihiya ako kasi wala akong pera. Ayokong humingi sa parents ko kasi nahihiya ako. Diba? So sabi ko nun, pero tinulungan naman nila ako. Pero kahit na, diba, mafe-feel mo pa rin na yung hiya, kahit na gusto naman nila gawin, diba, parang nakaka-guilty pa rin somehow. May ganong feeling. So sabi ko, dapat hintayin nyo lang po, pagka-graduate ko, ako na yung sagot dito sa personal expenses. It's true na you will get to buy the things that you wanted to buy when you were in college. Okay, totoo yun. Ako, nung college ako, pag pumapasok ako ng Uniqlo, gusto kong bilhin yan, pero hindi ko mabili. Pero nung nagkatrabaho ako, hala, sige, di naman lahat to, kasi di pa naman gano'ng kataas ang sahod natin, no? Pero at least kahit isa, di ba? Isang trouser ba yun? Nabibili na. Pero, laging may pause. Laging may up. Pwede pa ba to? May matitira pa ba sa akin? Pag binili ko tong trouser na to, kailangan kong unahin yung kapatid ko, kailangan kong unahin yung kuryente, yung other bills ko, ganon. Okay, so that's number one. That's one of the realities when you transition. The money. Okay, bakit? Because magiging adult ka, and being an adult comes with upgraded responsibilities. Kung dati, nung high school, hindi ka inaasahan sa kuryente. Nung nagtatrabaho ka, biglang aasahan ka na sa kuryente. Minsan, kahit hindi ka naman nire-require ng parents mo, lalo na pag panganay ka, may feeling ka, may obligation ka in you na kailangan ko mag-contribute somehow sa bahay. Kasi working na ako. Tapos padagdag yung responsibilities mo, biglang gusto mong mag-masters, talaga kailangan mo mag-budget ng pera. Okay, that's one. Next, before I will be independent, I can live life on my own terms. O, diba? Wala na akong susundin na anyone. I have my own rules, ganon. So after, ano kaya after? Ganon pa rin ba? Pwede naman. Magiging independent pa rin ako kahit na na I'm still living under the roof of my parents kasi I have my own. Ayan, sabi ni Sheila, I will be independent pa rin. Okay? So, that's true. When you graduate, you will be independent and you will have to do things on your own. But, after, help. Kasi, you can do things on your own. Siyempre, kaya mo naman. Kakayanin mo yun. Pero there will come a time na hindi mo na alam kung anong uunahin mo. Hindi mo na alam kung paano mo gagawin to, kung paano mo ina-navigate tong bagay na to, kasi hindi mo pa na-experience. So, from help, you will say, I need a mentor. I need a mentor. Okay? So, sabi nga nila, diba? If you are not among others, your flame will die. Parang charcoal, parang uling. Diba pag nag-iihaw tayo, yung mga uling, magkakatabi sila. Kapag bumaga yung isang uling, yung katabi niyan magbabaga na. Thus you have a flame. Diba? It's the same with people. Sabi nga, diba? Sabi nga sa cliche, diba? No man is an island. And that is true. Hahanap ka ng mentor. Magkikrave ka for a mentor. And paano ka maghahanap ng mentor? It starts with the people you're with. It starts with the company, the first company that you will work with. It starts with the organization that you will join. It starts with the Facebook communities that you join in. Okay? Ngayon, paano ka magkakaroon? Talk to them. Magpa-mentor ka. Be humble to say na, hindi ko pa to alam, pero pag-aaralan ko. Pwede niyo po ba ako i-mentor? Ganon. You ask for mentorship. You don't wait for mentorship. Okay? That's the second one. And it's important kasi sila na yung mga nakaranas before. And ang gagawin nila, ita-transfer nila yung knowledge na yun sa'yo. And ikaw, in the future, you will be someone else's mentor. Okay? Third one. Before, I should have, dapat bumili na ako ng bahay by this age or dapat magkaroon ako ng sariling sasakyan. Okay? Pag nagtatrabaho na ako. After, Ano na kayang say mo after graduation? Ayan, si Shella, may budget ba ako for this? Yes, tama. Kaya ba? Kasi medyo malaking bayarin ang sasakyan at bahay. Diba? So after, instead of saying, I should buy this, I should buy that, you say, gusto kong maging financially stable. Yung bahay, yung sasakyan, those are just symbols. They do not equate to your success. The true success that you can ever have is kapag yung feeling mo na I'm confident with my finances. Kahit na wala akong bahay, kahit na wala akong sasakyan, as long as I'm confident, secured ako sa gastusin ko, sa savings ko, sa emergency fund ko, okay na ako. Yung bahay, yung sasakyan, bonus na lang yan. Kapag may extra, why not? Diba? If it's my dream, then why not? I will work for it. Pero if you are financially stable, meaning you have your emergency fund, you have your savings, you have your insurance, you're basically covered, you can say na you're successful already. Okay? So, again, kung nakikita nyo sa Facebook na in the future, nakita nyo sa Facebook na hala, si ganito, nakabili na siya ng bahay, hala, meron na siyang sarili niyang sasakyan, be happy for her or him. Okay? Kasi pinaghirapan niya yan. Pero don't think of it as the measurement to your success. Because it is not. Okay? Okay. Next. Before. Okay. By 25, I should get married. By 30, I should have my own kids. Dapat, isa lalaki, isa babae. By 50, I should retire. Before. Okay? How about after? Pagka-graduate mo. Ano nang sasabihin mo? Ganyan pa rin kaya? Chelsea says, I am at my own pace. I love that. I am at my own pace. You have your own timeline. Josephine says, I am happy where I am now. Ang ganda nun because sabi nga nila, di ba, you don't find happiness. Happiness is where you are at. Pag sabi ni Angelica, pag ready na ako, gagawin ko to. Yes, tama yon. Sabi ni Shella, di mo sure kung may jowa ka na by 25. Oh my God. Totoo, girl. Totoo, I feel you. Okay. Ayan, meron pa ba dito? Okay, so, ayun. After, so tama yun, no? Ayan, yun. Ayan, emoji lang tayo, besh. Kasi yan personally yung goals ko nung before I graduate. Sabi ko sa mga friends ko pa, pare-parehas kami, 25 kailangan, hindi, dapat kung 25, dapat 20 may jowa na, or 21, di ba? 4 years, okay na yun, di ba? 4 years kayo. O tapos, pakasal na kayo. Sobrang funny when I think about it. Pero ngayon, kamusta naman? Walang nangyari sa mga yan. Oh my gosh, kahit jowa, Charis. O, ayan. So, ano yung lesson dito? Sinabi na ng mga colleagues. So, sinabi na ni na Chelsea, sinabi na ni na Angelica, you have your own timeline. And yung plano mo ngayon, okay lang na magplano ngayon. Okay lang na may listahan ka. Pero don't expect too much. Okay yun kasi at least meron kang goal. Pero don't expect too much. Kasi a lot can happen in 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years. Kahit sa isang araw, dami nangyayari, di ba? So, what more kung years? So, don't be stuck in a timeline because life is not linear. Okay, next. Before, ito related to sa discussion ni Miss Janine kanina, kaya sobrang invested ako. Uy, besh, keep in touch tayo ha, after graduation, friends forever, ganun. Hangout pa rin tayo, dito sa milk teahan na to, sa cafe na to, kita tayo kahit after work, ha, keep in touch. Okay, after, ano na kaya? Bet, check po skid ko, sabi ni Luella. Tama. May may schedule na. Be, MWF lang ako free. Ikaw ba ano schedule mo? Ganyan na ganyan kami ngayon. Okay. Ira says, people come and go. It is what it is. Yes, tama yon. Chelsea, uy, kailan available time mo? Yes, talagang script na yan. Angelica says, kailan ka pwede? Okay. Set para makapag-leave ka. Natatawa ako kasi totoo. Oh my gosh. As in, recent occurrence lang siya sa amin. Pencil book na ako sa sked mo, ah. Okay. So, kasi pag adulting na, dami nangyari, diba? So, talagang ika-calendar mo rin kahit yung mga hangout mo. So, tama naman yun. Or pwede rin hindi na kami masyadong mag-usap. Medyo nega. Pero siguro yung point ko dito ay gaya na sinabi ni Miss Janine kanina. You will outgrow people. Hindi naman sa pinag-overthink ko kayo, no? Pero yung best friend mo ngayon or yung ka-close mo ngayon, possible na in the future, you will outgrow each other. I'm not saying na it will come true, diba? Pero there is that possibility kasi you won't know what happened, diba, in the next 2 years. And yung opposite naman nun, kapag nagtatrabaho ka na, tapos, kumbaga, hindi nawawala yung connection nyo. Kahit na matagal kayong hindi nagkita kasi pares kayong puno yung schedule. 6 months na kayong hindi nagkikita ng beshi mo, pero nung nagkita kayo noong December, parang walang nangyari. Parang hindi kayo nagkita, parang hindi kayo hindi nagkita ng 6 months. And sinusuportahan ka niya, gaya sinabi ni Miss Janine, diba? Pero hindi ka niya binibaby, hindi ka niya, pag binibaby ka niya, iba na yun, sorry. Hindi ka niya sinusugarcoat, diba? Pinaprangka ka niya. So, those are the kinds of friends that you should keep. And it all starts with self-awareness and communication. You talk to your friends. Mag-ano kayo, hang-out kayo overnight, ganyan. Mag-usap kayo about life because that's healthy. And doon mo malalaman kung talagang swak ba kayo sa isa't isa, diba? Yung sinasabing negotiables and non-negotiables. Okay. Next, before I will have it all figured out. Kaya ko to, kakayanin ko to. Lahat ng mangyayari sa akin, alam ko kung saan ang lusot ko dyan, kung paano ako lalabas, kung paano ako mag-exit, mag-entry, ganyan. After graduation, bahala na si Batman, sabi ni Luella. Sabi ni Angelica, go with the flow. Yes. Sabi ni Sheila, Mama, help, send help. Okay, so, pwede mo rin sabihin na, actually, nagka-trial and error ka. Kung ngayon, nakaset ka na gusto kong maging doktor, kunwari. Gusto kong maging doktor. Or gusto kong maging fashion designer. Nakatatak na yun sa'yo. But eventually, life happens. You meet people, lumawak yung circle mo. Tapos biglang ayaw mo na pala maging fashion designer. Gusto mo na maging doktor. Is that okay? Yes, it's okay. I have friends na political science, nag-med school after. I have friends na political science at hindi sila dumiretso na law school. Kasi di ba pag sinabi, oy Paul, sa'yo magdo-law school, ganyan. Pero hindi sila tumuloy na law school. Naging influencer sila, naging photographer sila, di ba? So, adulting is really a set of trial and error. Kasi you can never really truly know yourself in just one sitting. You have to go out there and try out things. Huwag mo nang isipin na, para sa akin ba to? Or ito ba talaga yung for me? Tapos mag-iisip ka na ng pagkatagal-tagal. Tapos magkakaroon ka na ng analysis paralysis hanggang sa hindi ka na lang gumalaw. Okay, you should be able to discern well but quickly and then execute. Kasi doon mo lang malalaman kung para sa iyo ba talaga. Ako, I'm also a mass comm grad, pero when I was in high school, I dreamed of becoming a doctor. Kasi, lagi akong sumasama sa tatay ko pag nag-check up siya. Na-expose ako sa mga doktor. So sabi ko, gusto ko rin maging ganyan. And then, nung 2 years after, nagkaroon kami ng project sa class. It's a public speaking project, tapos ang topic ay tourism. Nababad ako sa tourism. So sabi ko, hala, gusto ko nang mag-BS tourism. From doctor, naging BS tourism. Tapos nagkaroon kami ng parang activity, culminating activity na film. Tapos nababad din ako doon. Sabi ko, hala, shucks, parang gusto ko nang mag-mass comm. Gusto ko nang maging broadcast journalist. So, yun yung pinili kong first choice. Kasi nataon na 4th year yun eh. 4th year. Tapos tsaka ako magpipili ng college course. Okay. Ano yung point ko doon? Yung decision nyo is affected by your current state. It is affected by your environment, by the people that you're with. Marami ka pang i-meet. So, talagang magbabago pa yan. Okay? Trial and error. So, don't feel bad kung halimbawa, ay, nag-gas or nag-STEM. Ayoko na palang mag-doktor or ayoko na palang mag-engineering sa college. Ayoko na mag-take na engineering course. Okay lang yun. Okay lang yun. Kasi pag pinili mo yung ayaw mo talaga, mahirap yun. Una sa lahat, sayang sa oras. Pangalawa, yung time na in-spend mo doon sa ayaw mo could have been the time that you spent doing what you love. Yun. Okay? So, yan yung last dun sa game. So, actually, marami pa akong gustong i-share, pero since we're pressed for time, yan na lang muna. Yan yung mga pinaka-importanting gusto kong iparating sa inyo. And for the last part of this talk, I have with you 10 tips for a less hassle transition. Marami pa rin akong gustong i-share. Actually, hindi lang siya 10, pero I narrowed it down lang to 10. Okay, so if you have your notebooks or your pens, pwede nyo rin screenshot, you may do so. Kasi I think this will be very useful. Number 1, guys, lalo na sa mga gagraduate na, sa mga ate at kuya natin na gagraduate na soon, congratulations in advance. Prepare your adulting starter pack. Ano ba yung adulting starter pack na yan? Number 1 sa listahan, resume. Resume at CV. Okay? Ngayon pa lang, kung may time kayo, lalo na sa mga graduating, i-draft nyo na yung resume at CV. Kasi pag ando na kayo, baka ma-hassle pa kayo or like mangarag kayo, hindi masyadong okay yung kalabasan. So, pero ano nga ba yung difference ng resume sa CV? Di ba parang parehas lang, pero there's a difference. Resume is actually a French word which translates to summary. Ang resume, maikli lang yan. 1 to 2 pages lang yan, girl. Okay? Summary lang siya. So, for example, mag-a-apply ka as a graphic designer. Lahat ng ilalagay mo dun sa resume, relevant dapat sa pagiging graphic designer. Hindi mo na dapat ilagay yung nanalo ko sa public speaking contest, yung mga ganon. Irrelevant lang. Okay? Versus a CV or a curriculum vitae, which is a Latin word for course of life. Ito, more detailed version ng resume. Kaya mas mahaba ang CV. 2 to 8 or more pages yan, depende sa level of experience mo. So, lahat ng mga na-experience mo sa life mo, lalagay mo sa CV. Okay? So, it depends kung ano yung hingin ng employer. Usually, sinasabi naman. Next on the list is, of course, syempre, valid IDs. Hindi mo mawala yan. And ang kailangan nyo lang malaman is the difference between primary and secondary IDs. Ang primary, yan yung dapat meron kayo. UMID, Unified Multipurpose ID. Itong UMID, dati kasi may SSS ID. Ngayon, wala na. Ginawa na nilang UMID. And yung UMID na yun, identification card na siya for SSS, GSIS, and pag-ibig. Okay? National ID, postal ID, driver's license, passport, PRC ID. Yung PRC ID kapag nag-board exam kayo, tapos nakapasa kayo. Yan, meron kayong ganyang PRC ID. Okay? Ang pinakamadali dyan for me is yung postal ID. Kasi ang bilis lang talaga niya. Kaso, kailangan mo ng money. As far as I remember, mga 500 plus, mga ganon. May TikTok video din ako about it. So, nandun din yung price nun. Okay? And then yung secondary ID, ito, hindi mo sila magagamit sa bangko. Halimbawa, mag-open ka ng account, hindi ito i-accept. These are TIN ID, NBI clearance, police clearance, PSA birth certificate, PhilHealth ID, etc. Pero, itong mga to, kailangan mo itong i-process sa application mo sa trabaho. Hihingin nila yan. Hihingi nila yung TIN ID mo, hihingi nila yung NBI, police, birth certificate, PhilHealth. Idagdag mo na dyan yung transcript of records mo kay Lasalle. Hihingin yan. Okay, so pagka-graduate nyo, hingin mo na yung transcript of records kasi most of the time hinihingi yan. Okay? Next, bank accounts. Ngayon, nauso ngayon yung ING, Tonic, Como, okay yung mga account, yung mga digital accounts yun kasi safe naman yan, secured naman yan. Actually, wala namang bank na safe kasi there's always a risk, pero relatively safer. Pero I would encourage you to have accounts sa mga traditional banks like BPI and BDO kasi pagdating sa sweldo, yan dyan sila usually sa mga companies, either BDO, BPI, Security Bank, Metro Bank. So dapat meron din kayo kahit isa sa mga yun. Next, insurance policy. Bakit ko sinama to? Kasi insurance is cheaper when you're young. And if you're gonna get it anyway, sooner or later, kasi you will get it anyway, why not get it during the time when it's cheaper and it's faster to apply? Okay, so that personally ha, that's for me. Yan din yung isa sa mga pinakaunang gift to myself. Yan, insurance. Kasi you will be din yung family mo if something happens to you because meron ng nakalaan for that. Okay? Next is health card. Kaakibat ng insurance policy health card. Usually, yan yung mga naririnig nyo sa parents nyo na IntelliCare, MaxiCare, ValueCare, lahat ng mga may care. Ayun, health card. Okay? Ito naman, outpatient. Pag magpapacheck up ka, papakita mo lang yung card mo, tatawag lang nila yan, tas yun na yun. Okay? Pag may labs ka, ipapakita mo lang yung card mo, tas yun na yun. Usually sa mga companies, they provide this as a benefit, as an employee's benefit. May iba na hindi. Okay? So, sana, kung pili kayo ng company, meron silang ganung klaseng benefit. Kasi, meron ka, tas pwede mo ring i-enroll yung parents mo. Yun, pwede mo rin enroll yung parents. Next, organizers. Sinama ko siya, guys, kasi talagang nagulat ako ngayon. Parang ang dami kong binili organizers sa Daiso, sa Muji, sa SM department store, kasi you have to really organize. It's maraming documents. And thick skin. Thick skin or lakas ng loob talaga. When you're applying for your valid IDs, kailangan mo ng lakas sa loob para magtanong. Una sa lahat magtanong, lalo na kung masungit pa yung nandun sa counter, di ba? Pero kailangan mo talaga magtanong para tama yung gagawin mo. Mali mo, ibang ID pala ina-applyan mo. Nangyari na sa akin yan. Okay? So this is an example of, this is my personal clear book. So I would suggest a clear book for all your adulting documents. Kasi una sa lahat yung mga pockets, tas madaling makita. Okay? Second tip is to do a SWOT analysis of yourself. Know your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, your threats. Kailangan kilala mo yung sarili mo. Kilala mo kung saan ka magaling. Alam mo kung saan ka mahina para alam mo rin kung saan ka mag-invest. Okay? Kasi kung hindi mo alam kung saan ka magaling, you won't be able to play your cards right. Diba? So for example, nasa trabaho ka. Okay, tapos merong tawag dito, kailangan yung boss mo na someone who will teach this, someone who will teach that. Eh ikaw alam mo sa sarili mo na magaling ka sa teaching. Kinakabahan ka pero nag-go ka. Nung nag-go ka, nakita ng sir mo na magaling ka sa teaching. Binigyan ka pa ng maraming opportunities hanggang sa na-promote ka. That's what I mean by playing your cards right. If you know your strengths. Okay? Kapag alam mo naman yung weaknesses mo, alam mo kung saan ka mag-improve. Alam mo kung saan ka hingi ng tulong. Diba? Kung nahihirapan ka i-determine kung saan ako magaling, ask your friends. Ask your family. Okay, tanungin mo sila, Besh, saan ba ako magaling sa tingin mo? Magugulat ka sa mga isasagot nila. And sobrang enlightening. And mabavalidate ka rin as a person. Magaling pala talaga ako sa ganito. Magaling pala talaga ako magsulat. Magaling pala talaga ako makipag-usap sa ibang tao. Okay, so know yourself. Okay, bago ka gumraduate, gawin mo to. Para alam mo rin kung ano yung isang job ka mag-a-apply, ano pag-a-applyan mo. Okay? Third, keep multitasking at a minimum. Alam ko marami tayong gustong gawin after graduation, pero keep it at a minimum. I suggest 1 full-time job and 1 side hustle. That's it. Kung magtatatlo ka, okay lang naman. Pero optimal yung dalawa. By experience. Okay, kasi pag mas marami, mabuburn out ka kaagad. And wala ka ng time for yourself. And mahalaga kasi yun. Okay? Next, time management period. Very, very important for you to have a planner. Kung hindi ka ma-planner ngayon, mapapa-planner ka pag nagtrabaho ka na. Mapipilitan kang bumili ng planner o di kaya mag-download ng app kung hindi ka masulat. Diba? Kasi para alam mo kung saan mo pa ilalagay yung oras mo. And you have to use your time wisely din talaga. Okay? So, kung wala ka pang planner right now, siguro try mo muna. Kasi hindi naman para sa lahat ng planner. Pero it helps a lot. Number 5. Set boundaries. I repeat, set boundaries. Lalo na sa mga people pleaser dyan. Ako, I was a former people pleaser. Serial people pleaser talaga nung high school and nung college. I always say yes. Kahit natambak na ako, yes, sige, go lang. Pero nung pag-adulting na, hindi uubre yan sa'yo. Kasi ikaw yung mapapagod. Learn how to say no. Ngayon pa lang. Learn how to say no to your friends. Learn how to say no to your family and to yourself. Okay? Practicein mo na. Practicein mo na yung script. Okay? Ang importante lang naman dyan is how you say it. It should be calm. It should be respectful. And you should say yung reason kung bakit ka nag-no. Wag naman yung, no, ayoko nga, ayoko eh. Wag naman gan. Mag-explain ka ng konti, kahit 1 sentence lang, para rin maintindihan ng other party kung bakit ka nag-no. An example of that is, ako, tumatanggap ako ng tawag sa boss ko before kahit 11 p.m. ng gabi, 12 a.m., 1 a.m. Basta tumawag yung boss ko, sasagutin ko yan. Kasi nasanay siya. Nasanay siya na sinasagot ko. Diba? Eh kung una pa lang, I said, no, hindi ko yan sasagutin. Outside work hours, no, hindi ko yan sasagutin. Eh di hindi ako na-stress ng bongga. Ngayon, ginagawa ko na yun. And I super happy ko na nakapag-set ako ng ganung boundaries. Okay? And that's a way to love yourself also. Diba? Okay. 6, track your finances. Alam ko, unang tikim ng sweldo, very tempting siya gastusin. Pero try your best to budget. This is my personal budgeting sheet. I suggest you use a Google Sheet, diba? Para mas madali siyang i-track and mas accessible. This is a basic template for budgeting. This is also what I use to my clients. You track your expenses. You divide it between needs and wants. Under the needs, you divide it between fixed and variable needs. Fixed meaning yung mga gastusin na hindi mo pwedeng baguhin. Like for example, yung insurance, fixed yan. Yung internet, 1,810 every month. Yung mga variable, yung pwede pang mabago. Like for example, yung kuryente, pag nagtipid ka sa kuryente, mababa din yung amount. Diba? And then you also have your wants and your savings. Sample lang. Okay? 7th is build systems. An example is this makeup organizer. Natawa ako dito kasi, di ba, pag pupunta ka sa work, syempre you wanna look presentable, mag-makeup ka and all that. So ako, para hindi na ako mag-isip kung ano yung next step, ina-arrange ko na yung makeup ko by step. Super fun. First step, o dito, sa kaliwa. Sa katabi nun, second step. Sa katabi nun, third step. Okay, so para hindi na ako mag-iisip. Kuha na lang ako ng kuha, tapos apply na lang, apply tas tapos. Diba? Another system is setting alarms. Setting alarms para hindi ako, I will be on track sa mga ginagawa ko for that day. Tapos nilalagyan ko pa ng pangalan niya. Do the report now, Mika. Rest your eyes, Mika, kasi I have dry eyes. Start na preso, Mika. Rest your eyes. Eat, kasi madalas nakakalimutan niya. Okay, so build systems para mas madali ang buhay. 8, invest in yourself. Go to that training. Go get that master's degree kung kaya naman, di ba? go get that certification. I have a friend na nag-resign siya sa work niya, pero dahil sobrang valuable niya, dahil nag-invest siya sa sarili niya sa isang certification, nag-offer yung company na una, palakihin yung sahod, pangalawa, sundin yung terms niya, na once a day lang siya magre-report sa office. Dahil na-prove niya yung value niya by investing in herself. Nagkaroon ng ganong arrangement. Diba? And hindi ka lugi. Never ka malulugi kapag invest ka sa sarili mo. Okay? Second to the last, make time for your creative pursuits. Kahit na engineer na kayo, kahit doktor na kayo, kahit na marketing executive na kayo, kung mahilig kayong kumanta, mahilig kayong maggitara, mahilig kayong magsulat ng stories, huwag nyo sanang ipala. Kasi minsan, kapag burnout ka na sa paggagamot ng mga tao, sa paggagawa ng mga report, doon ka babalik para ma-nourish yung soul mo, para ma-remind ka na, oh my gosh, tao pa pala ako. Hindi ako robot. Tao din ako. Okay, so, sabi nga nila art, diba, is something that can save your soul. Okay, so I hope you don't let go of that. And last, have a growth mindset. What do I mean by growth mindset? Sabi mo, ang hirap hindi ko na talaga kaya. When you can say, ang hirap nito, pero gagaling din ako. You say, ayoko na, okay na yan, okay na to. You say, di pa ako marunong, pero gusto kong matuto. Okay? You say, nakakatakot mag-fail. What if hindi mag-work out? Okay lang. Kung mag-fail, okay lang kung mag-fail, basta may matututunan. Ayokong makarinig ng feedback, nakaka-offend. When you can say, gagamitin ko yung feedback nila para mag-improve. Ito lang yung binigay sa akin ni Lord okay na ako dito, ito yung talents ko. When you can say, kaya ko rin yan, basta mag-effort din ako. Or, kung hindi para sa akin, hindi para sa akin. When you can say, ang galing niya, aaralin ko kung paano niya nagawa. Okay? And bago yan, it's more of when you go through adulting, mani-realize mo na tama yung parents mo when they say na you can do anything, you can be anything you want. It's just a matter of ano yung pagfo-focusan mo, ano yung i-allot mo ng time mo, ng energy. You have to make a choice. You can't do it all. And when you are able to decide on that, that's where you will bloom, that's where you will grow. So after all these, guys, after all the tips that I just said and all the insights, one thing's for sure, you will feel lost most of the time. You will still feel lost most of the time. And that's okay. Kasi that's life. That's how it should be. Okay? Whenever you feel lost, eventually sa gitna ng work mo or something, just ask yourself, what's the purpose of this? Kapag gumagawa ka ng report, ano bang purpose nito? The purpose doesn't have to be grand. It can be as simple as, ang purpose nito is para makatulong ako sa tuition ng kapatid ko. Para makatulong ako sa gastusin sa bahay. Or it can be as grand as, para maayos ko yung education system ng Pilipinas. Doesn't matter. As long as you have the purpose. And the deeper question is, what's my purpose? It's a difficult question to ask, but it's a question that you have to answer. Okay? And the best way to find yourself, ito very totoo to, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. It is right. And you are not alone on that. This is by Mahatma Gandhi. Kapag halimbawa, nalulos ka na, hindi mo sure, ito ba talaga yung para sa akin? You ask yourself, time and again, ano ba yung purpose nito? Is this something that's beyond myself? If it is, then you're on the right track. Kahit na mahirap siya. Kasi lahat naman na trabaho, mahirap eh. Diba? Passion is overrated. Purpose over passion. Kasi pag puro passion is okay don't get me wrong. Pero pag puro passion yan, madali ka madi-demotivate, madali kang magle-let go. Pero kung meron kang purpose, may vision kang pinanghahawakan, yun yung magpupush sa'yo na kahit na inaantok ka na or kahit na pagod ka na, go ka pa rin. Kasi you have your vision. And if you have a vision, ikaw lang yung nakakakita ng no one else. So that's it. I hope I brought something of value to you today. If may questions, you can send it also here or you can add me sa Facebook. Pwede naman. You can like my page, Shameless Vlog. So follow me on Instagram. Parehas lang yung handle. Thank you so much.
That was a moment po, Miss Mika. Thank you so much po. And ang dami ko pong natutunan. Actually, ma'am, nag-take note po talaga ako nung 10 tips niyo. And the key takeaway that I got from your speech po is that we are not a failure if our plan doesn't go on our way. And it's okay to start over and over again. Kahit patuloy tayong madapa, kailangan natin patuloy pa rin tayong babangon.
Yes.
So when you get knocked down, get back up. And it's important na yung purpose over passion and investing in ourselves. Ayan, ikaw, Maring Luella, ano ba? Ay, naka-off yung mic? Ayan.
Sorry. Kaya parang nakatawa tuloy maging adult kasi parang nakaka-pressure. Pero kasi ang daming what ifs, ang daming hows, ang daming what's, ano mangyayari. Pero dahil sa mga sinabi ni Miss Mika, parang medyo nakakagaan. Parang yun, lalo yung mga tips ni Miss Mika, yun, especially yung SWOT analysis sa sarili. Parang feeling ko super kailangan natin siya para mas maging ready tayo for the future. Tapos, yun, yung mga mindset na parang okay lang mag-fail, basta basta matututo ako, tapos kapag hindi para sa akin, hindi para sa akin. So, yung mga yun, mga kailangang tandaan natin, sinabi ni Miss Mika, mas makakatulong sa atin para sa adulting life natin.
Thank you. Ay, meron palang mga questions. Hold on. Okay. I have five here. Wait lang Okay. The first question is, ano yung greatest fear after college graduation? And ano yung mindset that helped me to overcome it? Greatest fear after graduation, doing things on my own. Before naman, kahit tayo, di ba? We've been doing things on our own. Kayo, PMSoc, di ba? In-organize itong event na to. Diba? Hindi naman kayo humingi ng tulong sa mga parents nyo, kayo. So, we've also experienced that even before graduation. Pero iba kasi pag after graduation. Kasi papasok ka sa NBI. Papasok ka sa sa LTO, sa mga companies na kung first time mo doon, parang medyo nakaka-intimidate ng konti. Pero I guess yung mindset is, I'm gonna do it naman someday, or I'm gonna do it naman soon, so why not do it now? Why not get it over with? Diba? So, yun, lakas ng loob lang talaga, and execution is king talaga. So, kahit na, let's say, naging aware ka na sa mga bagay na kailangan mong gawin, if you don't do it, then you will not really learn it. Ayun. So, that's for the first question. For the second one, what is the common adulting mistake? Ito guys, lalo na sa mga mag-interns, sa mga mag-OJT, ask questions. As in, yan yung pinaka-pinagsisihan ko, lalo na ng internship and dun sa first work ko. Ako kasi shy type ako nung college. Nahiya ako mag-recite. Nung high school, nahiya ako mag-participate sa discussion. Tapos nadala ko siya. Tapos nung internship, sobrang nanghinayang ako kasi marami sana akong natutunan kung nagtanong lang ako dun sa mga taong may experience na sa industry. Diba? So sa mga mag-i-intern dyan, ngayon pa lang, jot down your questions para pag andun na kayo, kapalan nyo na talaga yung mukha nyo guys. Tanong kayo. kahit na feeling nyo magbibida-bida kayo doon, huwag nyo naisipin yun. Isipin nyo kung ano yung matututunan nyo doon sa experience na yun. Kasi sayang yan, doon na kayo. Okay, it's also the same with adulting. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to look stupid. Kasi ano naman, di ba? Gusto mong matuto tatanong ka. Kung relevant naman yung tanong, di ba? Why not? Di ka naman namimiloso po. So, go. Ayun, sobrang heartfelt yun kasi totoo guys, ask questions. And then the next adulting mistake is minding what other people say. Minding what other people say. Akala ko dati cliche lang siya. Pero it's not. It's not. The only opinion that matters, unless you're in public office or unless you're a public servant, the only opinion that matters is the people whom you trust, the people who really know you by heart. Okay, so yung mga opinion nila yung nagmamatter. And if nagsabi yung isang tao na, bakit siya nagganito? Ganito yung tinapos niya, tapos ganito yung ginawa niya. Huwag mo nang, huwag mo na ring patulan. Yun. And siguro last one is not budgeting soon. Kasi guilty ako dyan. Not budgeting soon. Start your savings early. Hindi siya nakaka-pressure in a way na kahit pa 100, kung ano yung kaya mong isave, basta may nasisave ka. Kasi hard-earned money mo yan. Kailangan mong mag-ipon kahit a portion of it, no matter how small or big. Yun. For the second question. For the third question, ano yung ire-redo ko sa nung fresh grad ako? Honestly, wala. Kasi nung pinag-uusapan namin ng mga friends namin, siguro kaya si Lord, hindi niya, kumbaga yung universe, or kung anumang religion ang you subscribe to, kaya siguro hindi pwedeng mag-rewind ang life kasi it's for a reason. Lahat ng nangyayari from the point you were born up until now, it helped you mold who you are today. So I guess, good or bad, merong something na makukuha. Siguro yung isa sa ire-redo ko na lang, yung mga impulse buys ko na lang siguro. Kasi kapag hindi yung pinag-iisipan yung mga binili mo, tatambak lang yan dito, tapos magiging waste, magko-contribute ka pa sa carbon footprint. So not buying sustainable products siguro. Yeah. And then the fourth one, what is it that nobody tells us about adult life? Life is not linear, guys. Hindi yung magdo-doctor ka, tas doctor na ako all throughout. Mag-STEM na ako forever. Kaya tayo nape-pressure na mag-make ng decision kasi feeling natin forever na yun. Hindi. You can always change your course. It can be hard. For the privileged ones, it's easier. Okay, pero for those na hindi, it is harder. Pero it is possible. Okay, and the last one is, what adult tip or life lesson do you wish they taught you back in school? Isa lang. If you wanted to be treated like an adult, act like an adult. I think yun yung isa sa mga secret kung bakit hindi kami masyado nag-aaway ng parents ko when it comes sa mga gusto ko sa buhay. Kasi para akong nagre-report sa kanila pag nagrarason ako. Kulang na lang gumawa ako ng PowerPoint, mga besh. So, pwede rin, di ba? Kung talagang, basta ang importante, mapakita mo sa kanila, you prove to your parents na you're serious about your plan and you have a plan. Pinag-isipan mo siya. Okay, pinag-isipan mo siya. Hindi lang siya bara-bara. Kasi kadalasan yun yung naisip ng parents natin. Pinag-isipan mo ba yan? Baka mamaya, impulse yan. Yeah, you just have to show them that you're serious. Okay? Yan. So, yun lang naman. I hope hindi ako nag-overtime. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Okay lang po, ma'am. Thank you po. Ang dami po naming natutunan, ma'am. Especially yung line nyo na everything happens for a reason. Kaya wag tayong mangangamba kapag nag-stuck tayo sa timeline, no? Kasi never-ending talaga yung change and growth natin as a person. And may mga humabol po na questions sa comment section. Si Miss Karen po, sabi niya, totoo po ba talaga na nag-iiba ang mundo kapag tumanda ka na?
Yes. It will change a lot. As in, yung perspective mo, yung tingin mo sa mga bagay. Bakit? Kasi you will meet a lot of people. Lalawak yung mundo mo. Masasubmerge ka sa iba't ibang klaseng mga tao. Yung mga akala mo, na-meet mo na lahat nung college, you thought. You thought. Paglabas mo ng college, may mamimit ka na, ay shocks, first time kong naka-encounter ng ganitong klaseng tao. And mas magiging humble ka rin kasi alam mo na talagang maraming perspective. Okay? Marami kang may encounter na iba't ibang mga tao. Ayun. Sabi ko ba yun?
Yes.
Ayun. Ayan.
So, Maring Luella, yung next question.
So, may next question po dito, Miss Maika. Sabi po, what is the best life tip that you have received?
Best life tip, nasabi to ni Miss Janine kanina, know your negotiables and non-negotiables. That is the best life tip so far. Marami ring iba, pero yun yung top of my head. Kasi mas naging masaya ako, at hindi lang yun, mas naging productive ako knowing kung saan ko ilalaan yung energy ko. Kasi pag alam mo kung ano yung non-negotiable, for example, sabi ni Ms. Jenny kanina, kung non-negotiable sa'yo ang values, alam mo kung sino yung mga, alam mo yung gagawin mo, ano yung pipiliin mo, ano yung career path na kukunin mo, it all starts from there. Kasi if you know what you want, it will be easier to move forward. So yun. And the thing is, knowing what you want is hard. Yun lang. So, kailangan talaga, merong siguro mga 1 week of meditation, talagang upuan. Ako, nung ginawa ko nun, meron akong bond paper na blank, tapos gumawa ako ng chart, strengths, weaknesses, negotiables, non-negotiables. Sinulat ko talaga siya. Tapos, nakipag-usap ako sa friends ko, yung mga closest friends ko. Uy, besh, talaga bang ganito? Ano ba sa tingin mo? So, I guess yun. Have your non-negotiables and your negotiables. And when it comes to people, have a standard. Have a standard, but don't expect for too much. Don't expect too much from them. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng tao kayang gawin yung gusto mo. Okay, so yun lang. Kasi, yeah.
Noted po yan, Miss Maika.
Parang iba na ata yun, no? And then it applies to all kinds of relationships naman. So, yeah.
And I can also relate po, ma'am, sa knowing what you want is really hard, no?
Yes.
Kaya it's important din po na we have to set our standards high and set our boundaries din po.
Yes.
So, I think ito na po yung last question, ma'am. Sabi po dito ni Miss Sheila, what sucks after growing up? May mga bagay po ba na hindi na namin magagawa kapag tumanda na?
Hindi. Siyempre, kailangan yun. Kailangan ng healthy release of emotions. Ano ba yung mga hindi magagawa pag tumanda na? I guess kasi nung high school tayo, parang maraming more time to chill, I guess. More time to chill. Ngayon, parang no time to chill. Sorry. Meron naman, pero mas limited lang. Kasi syempre, it's not about you anymore. Kasi di ba nung elementary ka, nung high school ka, nung college ka, focus ka sa pag-aaral mo. Focus ka on improving yourself. Pero once you go out there sa workforce, you go out there sa outside world and you expose yourself, it's not going to be about you anymore. Kasi kapag nagtrabaho ka, yung ka-teammate mo, kapag hindi mo ginalingan yung trabaho mo, hindi mo inayos, hindi lang ikaw yung apektado, pati yung teammate mo, pwedeng mawala ng trabaho dahil sa kagagawan mo. Diba? Tapos, kapag when you continuously develop, magkakaroon ka ng mas matinding responsibilities, mas maraming buhay ang nakasalalay sa'yo. So, it's gonna be hard, but it is really fulfilling. So, ayun.
Yes, it's very hard po, but everything will all be worth it in the end. So, I think that is it for our Q&A session po with Miss Mika. And thank you very much, Miss Mika, for answering all the questions that were sent to us by our ka-HRDs. For sure, they are now ready to transition.
I agree, kumare. Parang medyo sarap maging bata, no? Pero dahil sa mga tips at binigay ni Miss Mika, Alam kong ang daming baon na tinake note ang ating mga participants on how to adult.
How to adult talaga, Mare. Okay, now, to show our appreciation for Miss Mika for sharing her time and wisdom to us, we present to her this certificate. Certificate of Appreciation. This certificate is proudly presented to Ms. Micaela Paz for imparting their knowledge and insights during the event of People Management Society entitled Mare, Ano ang Latest, conducted at Zoom meeting given this 14th of May 2022. Signed by our project heads, Ms. Sheila Luis Serrano and Mr. Epitacio Mendiola Jr., and with our co-project heads, Ms. Karen Marison and Mr. Carlos Ivan Lalog. So thank you very much po, ma'am.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, PMSoc. Sobrang nag-enjoy ako.
So before we let you go, Miss Mika, let us have a photo op po muna. For all our participants, you are free to open your cameras para may picture din kayo with Miss Mika.
Again, guys, pwede kayo mag-open cam para sa picture. Ayan. Open. Yung mga comments po sila, ma'am, na nag-enjoy din po sila sa event.
Sana nga face-to-face to, no? Namimiss ko yung energy ng mga kabataan. Parang di na ako kabataan.
Soon po, ma'am. I-invite po namin kayo ulit.
Okay, thank you.
Ayan. So, picture na ako, ah. 1, 2, 3, smile! Ayan, show us your wacky faces naman, guys. 1, 2, 3, smile! Ayan. Okay na. Thank you. Thank you po ulit, Miss Mika.
So thank you everyone and a more huge thank you to Miss Mika, the Adulting 101 lesson. For sure, lagi namin itong dadalhin, especially when we finally transition from being students to young professionals.
I agree. Thank you po ulit, Miss Mika.
Thank you rin.
Wow. Wait lang. Hinga lang ako, Mare, ah. Grabe kasi. Grabe yung from first speaker natin hanggang second speaker. Grabe. Ang dami ko talaga natutunan. Grabe, sobra. From friends, from adulting. Ang dami kong na-notes, oh, Mare.
Ako din, Mare.
Grabe. Ang dami kong realizations. Ang dami ko talagang nabaon. So, hihinga lang ako, Mare. So,
tama ka riyan, Mare. Iba talaga. My perspectives were widened dahil sa kanila. I love you na po, Miss Janine and Miss Mika. Sobrang dami talagang key takeaways, guys.
So, yun nga, Mare. Pero, Mare, may nag-text sa akin, Mare. May icebreaker daw ulit tayo.
At talaga nga naman, isa na namang icebreaker ang hatid ng PMSoc. PMSoc, major in icebreaker bang org na to?
Parang ganun na nga, sabi nung nag-text.
Ha? May nag-text sa'yo? Sino yung nag-text sa'yo?
Mare,
ano ba yung icebreaker na yan, Mare?
Ay nako, Mare. Madali lang tong icebreaker na to. Kung kanina para sa mga batang laking TV commercials, itong susunod para sa mga batang pinalaki ng Philippine cinemas. So sa mga movie junkies dyan, we got you. So ito ay tinatawag na Guess That Movie, Philippine Cinemas.
Ay, ako na to, direct. Akin to, tumabi kayo. It's my time to shine, char. So, ito na. Babasahin ko na yung instructions, guys. So, there are 10 still cuts that will be shown. And yes, you need to guess the movie title. The time limit per question is 30 seconds. So within that time frame, you should come up with an answer. In answering, do not forget to chime in your answer using this format. Movie name, then the hashtag, ano ang latest PMSoc. Answers not written in the format given will not be considered.
So, uulitin ko ulit po yung format ng ating pagsagot. Movie name, then the hashtag, ano ang latest PMSoc. So, okay, game na ba tayo?
Game na ako, Mare.
Magbigay naman ng heart reacts dyan yung mga participants natin kung game na. O mag-comment na lang kayo ng game na para sure na alam natin game na yung lahat.
Ayan, game na.
Game na daw sila. Sabi nila, Ira, nila Sheila, Josephine. Sige.
Pwede po sumali speakers? Pwede po, ma'am.
Yan, oh. Game na game sila. Kitang-kita naman natin sa comment section. So, lights, camera, action. For the first movie,
Ayan, ang choice para lang sa may pera. Ay nako Mare, alam mo ba, ilang beses ko inulit-ulit panoorin tong movie na to Parang last month nga ni-rewatch ko siya agad. Ikaw ba?
Mari isang beses ko na siya napanood, pero marami kang matututunang life lessons dito, especially dun sa character ni Catherine Bernardo dito.
May
Grabe, yung movie
nag-comment
na to.
Sabi niya, naway lahat may pera. I can relate po.
Sana all nga may pera. May nag-comment dito, she's dating the gangster daw.
Try again, guys. Kayo,
parang
comment lang kayo.
ibang palabas ata ni Catherine yung sabi niya.
Gangster ba si Alden dito?
Mukha ata kasi siyang gangster.
Sige, comment lang kayo, guys. Ayan, may nakatama na ulit ng sagot. Si
So, let's
Miss
congratulate.
Margarita Jimenez.
So, yun. So, i-reveal ko na yung correct answer sa movie na to, which is, the answer is Hello, Love, Goodbye, starring Catherine Bernardo and Alden Richards.
Sakit naman ng Hello, Love, Goodbye. Pwede bang Hello, Love, Hello?
Wala na lang goodbye dapat, di ba? Dapat hello, love lang.
So, congratulations sa ating winner and our project heads will contact you after this event. So, next naman tayo. So, this one is a bit old already. So, trivia lang, this is a remake movie from a movie noong 2001 naman. So, hindi ko siya naabutan, no? Sa mga seniors natin dyan, mga graduating students.
Mari, noong 2000, noong 2001, parang kapapanganak lang natin halos nito.
Pero parang di pa ako buo nun, Mare.
May nagsagot dito kay Midora.
Meron nga sabi, 7-Eleven daw kasi parang uniform ng 7-Eleven. Huhu.
Isuot kasi ni Jay Cuenca tsaka ni Eugene Domingo pang 7-Eleven. Ang babae sa septic tank. Tignan natin. Try nyo pa.
Parang may nakikita na akong tamang sagot, Mare.
Kaya nga, Mare, nakita ko din yun.
Nakita mo ba?
Mare.
So, ang tamang sagot ay tuhog. So, congratulations, Miss Noemi Ann Jimenez. Ikaw ang nanalo sa movie na to.
So, Mare,
yung unsure, Eme.
So, Mare, yung susunod na movie natin, kung wasak kayo, mas lalo kayong mawawasak sa movie na to.
Ayan. Mare, baka gusto mo i-reenact yan.
Wait lang, Mare, Gusto mo try ko? Wait lang.
Sige lang. Habang nag-guess pa sila.
Am I not enough? May kulang ba sa akin? Mare, wait lang, para nakakaya yun. Grabe. Pero gusto ko yung line niya ditong pangit ba ang katawan ko? Kapalit ba ako? Charos.
Ba't si Liza kapag naiyak, maganda.
Kaya nga, Mare. Sana all ganyan umiyak. Parang,
ayan, sabi ni Miss Luis Serrano, Star Magic pasok daw. Betty Lafea. But parang, tama, enchong di pogi. Iba ang mga host, pwede mag-artista. Ay, si Maring Lu lang yun.
Kasi kanina kumanta si Maring Chelsea. Ngayon, aarte ako.
So, I think may nanalo na, Mare.
May nanalo. Ay, oo nga, Mare, may nanalo na. So, i-reveal ko muna yung answer bago natin i-congratulate yung nanalo. So, ang movie na to ay My Ex and Wise. So, congratulations, Froilan Remulla.
Ayan, congratulations, Froilan. So, ito naman tayo sa next. Ito naman, grabe, ang lakas ng impact locally and internationally. Sana all. Kaya siguro hindi tayo nakain ng noodles kasi kailangan may kaharap tayo. May kahawak, may kaganon.
Feeling ko kaya hindi ako nabubuso kasi kailangan by partner ang pagkain.
So, may nag-comment sabi niya, Lucky Me Noodles. Ay, di pala commercial.
Movies tayo mga guys.
So, trivia lamang, no? This film is the most successful Filipino indie flick dahil nakuha ito ng 320 million pesos gross sales. So imagine, no, ang daming nanood nito. Actually, as far as I can remember, mga 3 times ko din siya pinanood, Mare.
Ako one time lang talaga, pero nagandahan talaga ako sa movie na to, especially din sa parang twist.
Oo, kaya deserve niya din na siya yung hinail na most successful Filipino indie flick. So, sabi dito, dapat malapay pair. Tapos may nag-comment dito, sabi, may Amanda daw. Hindi, guys. Guess pa kayo?
Kaya niya yan, guys. Ano bang pwedeng clue?
I see you.
Kaya nga, nagtititigan kasi sila eh. Ayun, parang may nakakuha na ng tamang sagot, Mare. I-reveal mo na yung answer dyan, no?
So, the answer is kita. So, may nanalo na, guys. Si Miss Mika Corio. Congratulations, Miss Mika.
So, yun. Congrats, Mika. So, one of our project's heads will message or email you later for your prize. So, next film na po tayo. So, this film is a really classic horror film. This was directed by Peke Galiaga at lagi itong pinapalabas tuwing undas.
Mahilig ka ba sa horror, Mare?
Medyo lang, Mare. Kasi medyo magugulatin ako eh.
Siguro ang pinaka napanood kong horror lang is Shake, Rattle, and Roll. Tapos yun na yun.
Ay, Mare. Yun lang. Shake,
Hindi na
Rattle,
talaga
and
ako
Roll.
nanonood ng iba. So may trivia ka ba dyan about sa movie na to para may clue naman tayo sa kanila?
Sige. Itong palabas na to, ano siya, ginagamit siya sa panukat daw sa hagdan ng mga nakakatanda. Yun.
May nag-comment dito, sabi niya, pass po ako sa error.
Nagtatype ko na mga participants natin, Mare. Ayun, may nakakuha na pala ng tamang sagot lang. Ayun. So, i-reveal ko na yung tamang answer kasi ang tamang answer ay oro, plata, mata. So, yung ang trivia dito ay, ang oro, plata, mata ay ginagamit na panukat sa mga hagdan ng mga nakakatanda. Oro, plata, mata translate to gold, silver, and death. So, ang hagdan ninyo dapat ay hindi magtatapos sa mata. Kasi if it does, ang kamatayan ay laging sa inyo. Sige, sukatan bilangin nyo, hagdan ninyo.
So, congratulations to our winner, Miss Noemi. Pero tawang-tawa ako sa nag-comment, sabi niya, Mang Kepweng daw.
Nice horror tayo, hindi tayo comedy.
Kaya, after ng event na to, simulan nyo na rin bilangin yung mga hagdan nyo. So, anyway, next question po. This is a recent movie lamang. So, this was released noong 2020 and was directed by Antoniette Jadon. So, for sure, napanood nyo to kasi nirelease siya during pandemic. And sa tingin ko, nag-trending nga to sa Twitter dahil kay Paolo Avellino.
True, sis. Grabe, ang hot kasi dyan ni Paolo Avellino. Napanood ko yan mga isang beses lang din, pero grabe. Kahit ang red flag niya sa palabas na yan.
Ay, red flag ba?
Red flag kasi siya dyan, pero flagpole tayo, Mare, ganon.
May nag-comment nga, sabi niya, chumichismis sa ka-textmate. Paolo Avellino, hu. Ayan, ay sa tingin ko, Mare, minakuha na ng tamang sagot. So, the answer is fangirl. Congrats kay Froilan Remulla.
Yan. So, congrats ulit po kay Froilan Remulla. So, yun. Wait lang, Mare. Masyado ako napagyan kay Paolo Avellino. Hindi ako naka-move on. Anyway. So, meron ulit pa tayong next movie. So, ang movie na tayo sobrang classic. So, mga hindi nakakaalam nito, ba't hindi nyo alam? De, joke lang. So, sa movie, favorite scene ko to, Mare. Sa movie na to, favorite scene ko yan. Yung parang...
Sa family sila, no? Favorite line ko dyan yung kay Bea Alonso. Yung sabi niya, bakit parang kasalanan ko? Ikaw, ano favorite line mo sa movie na yan?
Yung kay Tony Gonzaga, dyan yung, sorry, ma.
Sorry, ma.
kasi nung nagka-London ng ano sa Espanya ba yon?
Natanggal ako. Sabi nila, hindi daw ako magaling.
Ay, Mare, tama na tayo sa actingan kasi may nakakuha na ng tamang sagot.
Ayan. And the correct answer is
for Sisters and the Wedding. So, congratulations
Kay Miss Melissa.
Melissa, Erica, Miss, wait lang, hindi ko mabasa yung apelido niya. Pero Miss Melissa, Erica, congratulations kasi nakuha mo yung tamang sagot.
May nag-comment dito, sabi niya, sana all si Bobby, sana all matalino, magaling, nasa New York. Sana all
Sana
nga.
all. May love life pa yung si Bobby, ah. Sana
True.
all.
Ay, alam ko engaged siya sa movie na yan.
True.
Sana all. So, ito naman. Next slide. So, ito, installment ito sa Sarah Lloyd Movies. Grabe, lahat ng sakit at kilig mararamdaman dito. Pagkatapos mag-rain dance ni 𝚑𝚒𝚒𝚗𝚜 at mag-America ni Miggy Montenegro, matututunan mo na agad magmahal. Ikaw ba, Mare, nag-rain dance ka na ba? Nagmahal ka na ba?
Pas tayo dyan, Mare. Ayaw ko pinag-uusapan yung mahal-mahal na yan. Medyo ka. Pero favorite ko to, every time na pinapalabas sa Blockbuster, kapamilya Blockbuster, pinapanood ko siya. As in.
Ako, ang ginagawa ko pala rito kapag naulan, nag-rain dance din talaga ako, no?
Oo, nagdo-drawing din ako nung araw. Di ba may ganyan siya sa movie?
Gaganon
Ginagawa ko siya. So, nung bata talaga ako.
May nag-comment dito, sabi, wa, Yugi? Ay, sorry, nilamon ng K-drama. You changed my life. One more chance. I think may nakakuha na ng tamang sagot. Alright?
Nakita ko din yun, Mare.
The answer is, it takes a man and a woman. So, congratulations again to Miss Melissa Erica.
Galing naman ng mga participants natin. Halatang mga batang cinemas, so halatang mahilig manood. So anyway, second to the last question na po tayo. So kung akala nyo nakakayak yung ibang movies, aba isip-isip ulit kayo dahil mas nakakayak to. About din siya sa family, di ba? Hindi ko siya napanood pero sabi nila parang ang dami niya ding life lessons about family.
Ako, pinanood ko talaga to sa sinihan. Actually, pinilahan ko siya. Kasi naaalala ko, bago mag-pandemic siya ni-release yung movie na to, no? And gusto kong sinila, yung binigyan sila ng tatay nila ng kutsilyo. Yung sabi, oh sige, magpatayan na lang kayo dyan.
Ay sis, nakaka-relate ako dyan. Ganyan din yung mga magulang ko, especially yung nanay ko sa amin magkakapatid. Pero hindi naman namin gagawin yun.
True.
Parang typical Filipino families talaga. Tsaka dito ata, masyado nando yung middle child.
True.
Kaya ang dami daw nakaka-relate.
Middle child ako, Mare.
Ay, Mare, ang daldal na natin kasi may nakakuha na pala ng tamang sagot. Pasensya na, medyo nadadala kami doon sa palabas. So, ang correct answer po nito ay 7 Days by Direct Cathy Garcia Molina. So, congratulations po. Naomi. Ano ba basa na? Naomi Ann Jimenez. Yun, kanina ka pa. Parang batang-batang cinemas tayo dito, ah.
Kaninang first na icebreaker natin, ang dami yung napanalo, no?
Grabe, Hakot Award si Naomi.
May
Kasi
comment nga dito, 8 Mondays naman daw. Hakot po ang ginawa.
Hakot Awards nga, latang batang TV.
So for the last question, so this, my friends, is a badass movie. Hands down kay Ann Curtis for this movie. Ayan, nag-comment si Noemi. Sabi niya, mahilig po talaga akong manood.
Kaya po. Yun, itong movie na to ni Ann, grabe, ang daming pumuri sa kanya, as in. Nag-trending nga siya dyan eh. Parang mala international ba? Mga ganun yung mga sa kanya comment.
May nag-comment nga, Kim Possible daw. So, I think minakuha na ng tamang sagot. So, reveal ko na yung sagot. The answer is By Bus by Direct Eric Mati. So, congratulations kay Caitlin Kevin.
So, Mare. So, cut na direct. Kasi tapos ang icebreaker natin. At thank you sa lahat na nag-participate. Ang gagaling nyo, as in. Grabe, yung mga Hakot Awards dyan, halatang mga batang cinemas at batang TV commercials kayo. Grabe. 2001, 2000, alam nyo, hanga ako sa inyo. Also, congrats to the winners.
So, congrats guys! Pwede na kayo kuhanin ng Star Magic dahil sa movie knowledge nyo.
Ayan, Mare. Parang may bumubulong sa akin. Kailangan na raw natin magpaalam sa ating mga ka-HRDs.
Hala, binulong din sa'yo. So, ayun na nga. It is time to bid our goodbyes. But before we do, we'll let the project head for Mare, ano ang latest, to share PMSoc's final thoughts for this event.
That's right. To close our event, let me call one of the project heads for this event, Mr. Carlos Lalog. A virtual round of applause, please.
Magandang buhay. Hello mga kamaal. On behalf of the whole People Management Society, especially project heads 𝚎𝚎𝚗 and Karen Sun, we appreciate you all. Lahat na naging part ng event na ito, the audience, the organizers, you are the reason why Maal came into life. I wish may nabaon kayo na ideya, libreng mangarap, na wag natin kalimutan, di ba? I hope may nabago kami kahit katiting. Kaya naman ang bawat pagbangon natin, isang hakbang dapat patungo sa pangarap. Maraming salamat at maal namin kayo. See you!
Ayan, talaga ang maal namin kayo. And that's a wrap for our Mare, ano ang latest event. Maraming salamat sa mga ka-HRD for being here with us. And I also like to acknowledge the presence of our two guest speakers for today, Miss Janine and Miss Mika, for staying up until the very end of this event.
So, maraming salamat po, and of course, maraming salamat din sa aming mga partners. Mare, ano ang latest? Together with the People Management Society, is brought to you by Tourismo Lasalleño Society and is presented to you by the Junior Financial Executives Institute of the Philippines, DLSUD. This event is also made possible by Sticker and Crafts PH.
So, salamat partners. Guys, follow nyo sila sa mga social media accounts nila. For 𝚑𝚑𝚒 on Facebook, search them as Junior Financial Executives Institute of the Philippines, DLSUD. On Instagram, they are at dlsud.𝚑𝚒. And on Twitter, they're also at dlsud.𝚑𝚒. May events din ng 𝚑𝚑𝚒. Abangan sila sa June 5 para sa kanilang outreach event ng Finance Talk, Progression Through Financial Stability, at sa June 16 ulit para sa kanilang event na Finance Talk, Progression Through Financial Stability.
For TLS naman po, on Facebook, search for Tourismo Lasalleño Society. For their Instagram, they are at DLSUD_TLS. For TLS events naman po, watch out for them on May 20, 2022 for their event, Boosting Potentials, Exploring and Online Opportunities in Full Circles.
And our speakers, Miss Mika's TikTok account is at Mika Pass, and Miss Janine's podcast show is called Adulting Millennials PH, available on Spotify. Go follow and give them a listen, guys.
Okay, for PMSoc time. For more events like this and for more people management postings, like us on Facebook, search People Management Society DLSUD at lalabas kami. On Instagram and Twitter naman, we are at PMSoc_DLSUD. So let's be friends, guys, and mutuals.
Yes, let's be friends. At dahil mga kumare at kumpare na namin kayo, abangan nyo kami on June 1 for our spiritual event Milagro, The Miracle is You, and on June 15 to 16 for our major event, HR Synergia 2022.
Okay, nakapag-pencil book na kami sa mga schedule nyo, ah. Aasahan namin kayo ron. At last na talaga, before you exit this event, please make sure to answer the evaluation form that is linked in the chat section of this meeting. Answering the evaluation form will help you secure your certificates. Kaya please answer the evaluation form. The form is only open until 11:59 p.m.
Again, please answer the evaluation form that is linked in the chat section of this meeting. You can also access the form by scanning the QR code that is presented on your screens. And sa mga class na ginawang 4th class activity ang Mare, ano ang latest? Answer the evaluation form to get your class incentives.
So guys, sagot na po kayo. Hanggang 11:59 PM lang po bukas ang form.
At ayan na nga, tapos na talaga kami, no? Ang daming announcements. Thank you everyone for joining Mare, ano ang latest? At sana ay may nakuha kayong aral sa ating maikling kwentuhan.
So hot na tayo for today's video, Mare. Maraming salamat mga ka-HRD. Kikitaan ulit namin kayo sa susunod. Finally, this is your favorite kumare, 𝚜𝚎𝚖'𝚜, now signing off.
And this is your one and only Bayan Patroller, 𝚎𝚎𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚜, bidding you a goodbye. Thank you, everyone!
Hail, hail, alma mater, hail to DLSUD. We'll hold your banner high and bright, a shield of green and white. We'll fight to keep your glory bright, and never shall we fail. Hail to thee, our alma mater, hail, hail, hail. Hail, hail, alma mater, hail to DLSUD. We'll hold your banner high and bright, a shield of green and white. We'll fight to keep your glory bright, and never shall we fail. Hail to thee, our alma mater, hail, hail, hail. Hail to thee, our alma mater, hail, hail, hail.
Ayan, again, thank you so much po. And please scan the QR code para sa evaluation to get your certificates as well.
Thank you po sa lahat ng sumama sa mga 54 participants natin mula kanina pa. So yun, please answer the evaluation form by scanning the QR code as seen on your screens.